Charlotte and the Chocolate Factory, Part 1. Star for the candy-themed opening credit sequence showcasing the main characters. Fade to a newscast. The reporter sits behind a desk to cover the big story. Throughout the past few weeks, it seems like this year's underdog has been emerging into the candy spotlight. This new brand, Vanellope Sweets, has been sweeping all throughout with what people have called the perfect chocolate bar. Now, the factory that these have come from is extremely large, about 10 times as big as any other factory, but it's highly sealed up, as outside of the trucks that bring the bars to the stores, nobody goes in and nobody comes out. Even the candy maker herself, Vanellope Von Sweets, hasn't been seen for months, and the drivers are hidden behind the tinted truck windows. As the reporter gives the story, the camera pulls out to reveal television in the storefront. So with the vast success of this chocolate bar, who knows what she could come up with next? Suddenly, a small black creature crashes into the storefront and causes a ruckus inside the store. The camera pulls out to see a group of people running from an army of fiends rampaging down the street. Title card, Chapter 1, Clamberg. Pan over to see Vendetta and Grudge staying on a rooftop, watching the scene. Yes, my foolish subjects, run from my mighty fiends! Who can possibly stop me now? Grudge then whispers in her ear, pointing yonder. That was a rhetorical question, hamster. Wait, what? In the distance, Charlotte is standing in the middle of the street. Ugh, it's that stupid little girl again. Maybe she'll finally be devoured by my army of fiends. Aw, aren't you guys cute? I got you a little snack. She pulls some ham out of her pocket. The fiends then stop in their tracks and stare at the ham. What? Don't you guys know it's dangerous to run through a crowded street like this? Come on, I'll show you a nice field where you can have your lunch. She runs toward a field with the fiends following. Pan over to see a cliff to the ocean, where Charlotte is running towards. This way, everybody! Just by the edge of the cliff, Charlotte trips over a rock, dropping the ham towards the ocean. The fiends then run past Charlotte and fall off the cliff to reach the ham. We see them falling down into the ocean below. Charlotte gets up and stares down the cliff. Vendetta walks towards Charlotte. Ah! It killed my fiends! Again! Don't you realize how long it took me to make those? It's okay, Vendetta. At least they're in a safer place. Vendetta glares at Charlotte. You ain't liking my clam show is on tonight. I'll get you one of these days. Walks off. Okay, see you tomorrow, Vendetta. She sees Marion walk toward her. Wow, thanks, Charlotte. How'd you know that ham would attract those things? Are you kidding? Everybody likes ham. Say, wanna come over to my house and hang out? Oh, I love to, but I gotta pick up my grandma. She should be closing up shop for the night. Alright, see you at school tomorrow? Oh, absolutely. Charlotte runs off. Outside the candy and auto parts store, Charlotte looks out the window and sees her grandma, Charlene, putting up a display that reads New Vanellope Sweets. She pulls in a large box as Charlotte goes inside. Hi, Grandma, what's that you're putting up? Hey, Charlotte, there was this large red truck that pulled up a few minutes ago and dropped out this display and this box of new candy. Ooh, new candy? Can I have some? Of course, sweetie. She opens the box and pulls out 2 candy bars, one for herself and one for her granddaughter. Charlotte opens the brown and red wrapper and takes a bite. Her eyes widen and the camera zooms into her eye, and shows Charlotte frolicking through a chocolate-covered fantasy land. She then lies down and giggles as she makes a chocolate angel out of the creamy chocolate ground. Zoom back out to see Charlotte's still stunned face. Wow, that's gotta be the best chocolate I've ever had. I know, I bet this is gonna sell out fast. Pulls out a small box out of the large box. Say, how about you take these to school tomorrow and share them with your friends? Maybe they'll come over and buy some more and give me some business. Charlotte takes the small box. Oh yeah, they're gonna love this. Charlotte walks out of frame as Charlene pulls out another smaller box out of the large box. She then notices something at the bottom. Huh? What's this? She pulls out an envelope, opens it, and sees a folded poster. She unfolds it as it glows before her eyes. She stares in amazement. Part 2. Fade to the next day with an establishing shot of Mew Elementary. A giant red kitty stands by as he grabs a tiny fiend and proceeds to eat it. Inside the cafeteria, the young students line up for lunch. Vendetta and Grudge walk by them to grab their lunch when they suddenly stop. Huh? She sees Charlotte at a small table next to a large serving table. She gives a chocolate bar to Maggie. And if you like my free samples of these new chocolate bars, be sure to buy some more at Grandma Charlene's Candy and Auto Parts. Vendetta then marches towards Mrs. Mullet, the lunch lady. What's the meaning of this? Don't you remember the last time you let that blue girl help with lunch? Well, Charlotte thought she'd give out free samples of this new candy that popped up in the store yesterday. Said it'll give her grandma some business. Whatever. Just give me my lunch. Mrs. Mullet quickly gives Vendetta and Grudge their lunch before they march over to Charlotte. What are you doing here? Ruining my perfect menu again? Hi, Vendetta. I'm just giving out these new candy bars Grandma got at a candy shop. Charlotte holds up a bar as Vendetta inspects it. Vanellope Sweets? Sounds like something a 5-year-old with a mental slur caught that at the last second. Charlotte holds the bar up to Vendetta's face. Come on, Vendetta. You know you want to try it. Vendetta. Ugh, fine. But if it's even close to being as horrible as I think it's gonna be, you're spending a sleepover in my Iron Maiden tonight. Ooh, I love sleepovers. Vendetta sighs at her remark and snatches the bar from her hand. She starts snipping the bar in its wrapper. This doesn't smell revolting. She takes the wrapper off, examining the naked brown chocolate bar. This doesn't look horrible. Takes a piece of it off and hands it to Grudge. Here, taste test it and see if it's poison. Grudge rolls his eyes and takes a piece of chocolate. He takes a close look at it, then pops it into his mouth. Huh? What did I tell you, Grudge? Will you shut up for 5 seconds? Give him time to taste it. Grudge takes a long chew on the piece, then swallows it. He then grunts and nods to Vendetta. This better be the best thing since sliced beef. At this, she takes a bite. She takes a long chew on it. The camera zooms into her eyes. In the same chocolate line as before, Vendetta and Grudge slide down a chocolate mountain and laugh. They slide into a field of chocolate flowers as the camera zooms back out. Vendetta keeps her unnerved expression. That tasted worse. I'll let you go this time. She and Grudge leave Charlotte at the table, who just keeps smiling. Wow, Charlotte, these chocolate bars are perfection. I am so buying more of these after school. Oh, me too. As her classmates are enjoying the chocolate Charlotte handed out to them, Vendetta and Grudge watch in the distance. Everyone here seems so crazy about a bunch of stupid chocolate bars. To Grudge. Hamster, remind me to buying them at the candy shop after class. Later, at the Candy and Auto Parts shop, Charlotte's grandmother, Charlene, is selling Vanellope's Von Sweets chocolate bars to the masses of children. Alright, kids, don't push. You all get yours. There's plenty for everyone. Charlotte enters through the back door. Grandma, how's business? Great, Charlotte. You really got everyone buying these things. Could you blame me? Those chocolate bars are so good. I know. I mean, it doesn't distract me from literally all the problems here in Clamber, but still. Marvin outside the shop. Hey guys, have you seen this poster out on the post there? Poster? The kids and Charlotte go outside to see a large poster taped onto a nearby lamppost. This poster came with a box of candy bars shipped to my place. Whoever shipped it gave precise instructions to put it somewhere where everyone can see it. Reading the poster. Dear people all over, as you may know, I, Vanellope Von Sweets, have recently entered into the candy-making business by putting my chocolate bars into the market throughout. You think they're delectably scrumptious? Well, that's nothing compared to the wondrous candy products I'm developing for public demand. Ooh, more candy products? That sounds delicious. I'm allowing 5 children, no more no less, to get an exclusive look at these products. Inside 5 chocolate bars distributed throughout are 5 golden tickets, which are the only ticket, no pun intended, inside. They could be anywhere, either at a major grocery store or at your local candy shop. Who knows? Maybe even you can find one of those tickets where you get to experience my fabulous candy for yourself. Yeah, that? A chance to try a new candy. Yeah, at least it'll get me out of Vendetta's sight, at least for a while. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go find that. Suddenly, the mass of children speed back into Charlene's shop, running them over in the process. Ow, my spleen. Charlotte gives him a hand and helps him back on his feet. Are you okay, Marvin? Yeah, I'm okay. You think I have a chance of finding one of these? Who knows? Every one of us has as much of a chance as the other. If any one of you finds it, I'll be so happy. The two of them go back into the shop. Unbeknownst to them, Vendetta and Grudge are watching the activity behind the bars in the distance. They really do like these chocolate bars. And the fact that there's this stupid contest just makes them even more crazy, especially since there's a chance one of them might find one of these tickets. They'll be able to lead this place and have the chance to alert everyone on my takeover. I must stop these stupid children from getting those bars. Part 3. The next day, in the park by the onion stand, some of the students are eating onion sticks and chocolate bars. Malachi is about to eat his chocolate bar, but it flies out of his hand. He's stunned to see something invisible eating up the bar. They hear growling from it. What is that fiend that just came hither? Marvin, with a chocolate bar in his hand. I don't know, but we should stay back. The chocolate bar pulls out of Marvin's hand and seems to be eaten by the invisible force. Vendetta and Grudge watch from a distance. That invisible fiend can sense anything chocolate smelling from a mile away. Nobody's gonna see it coming. Literally. Charlotte comes into the scene holding a kebab. Hey guys, I just got this kebab from the barbecue stand and ooh, what's this thing? I think it's an invisible fiend. Charlotte watched towards the chocolate bar being eaten. Hi there, invisible friend. I know chocolate is very tasty, but why not something healthier to go along with it? Here, have a kebab. She points the kebab towards the area where the bar is. Suddenly, the growling turns into a wincing groan. The kebab fidgets and then stops moving, seemingly floating in midair. Vendetta walks towards Charlotte. You killed my invisible fiend! And it was a perfectly evil plan, too! Oh, sorry, Vendetta. Here, you want my chocolate bar? Vendetta smacks the chocolate out of Charlotte's hand. No, I don't want your stupid candy! Vendetta walks up in a huff. Grudge grabs the chocolate bar and is about to eat it. Hamster? Grudge quickly follows Vendetta. Maggie walks over to the group with a newspaper in hand. Hey guys, seems like the first ticket's been found. She holds up to reveal a newspaper with the headline, First Gold Ticket Found. On the cover is a picture of the Harvard Street girls. La Plumb, Dot Polka, and Audrey Bertha. Lotta is holding the ticket in her hand. The camera zooms in. As the picture comes to life, as picture flashes surround the three girls. Newscaster off screen. So tell us how this transpired. Well, I just couldn't get enough of these chocolate bars, so I was eating away until I suddenly something that isn't chocolate. Tasted more like folded paper. So I looked in the chocolate wrapper and... I'll just take it up. I had bitten into the golden ticket. How weird how life works sometimes. I had a hunch she'd find one of those tickets. I mean, Ian's one of her main hobbies. I mean, where else do you think she gets her pure strength? Especially with the introduction of these new chocolate bars. But she's not the only one in this street practically addicted to these things. Pokes her tiny belly. I know I am. Newscaster off screen. Charming. Part 4. A few days later, in an office building in New York City, dozens of office workers are tearing away the wrappers of hundreds of sweets bars. Their boss, Patty Pearson, watches in concern as her daughter complains behind her. Where's my golden ticket, Mom? I want my golden ticket! Penny, sweetie, you know my team and I are doing our best. We've been doing nothing but working on these candy bars for days now. We'll make them work nights then, I don't care. You're gonna be very unpopular around here if you don't deliver soon. Sherman, Penny's friend, is also there to try to calm her down. Give them some slack, Penny. They're not gonna go any faster if you push them harder. You're the son of one of the greatest inventors of all time, Sherman. If he can make a time machine, why can't he just make a machine to locate it? He said he wouldn't tolerate cheating. He's smart, not inconsiderate. Mom, you promised you'd have it on the first day. Honey, there are 4 golden tickets left in the vast multiverse, and everyone and their cousins looking for them. I mean, there's a chance it might not be here at all. Suddenly, she gets interrupted by one of her employees knocking on the door. I got it, Mrs. Pearson, I got it, waves a golden ticket in her hand. About time, too, I want it. Penny rushes towards the employee and snatches the chicken out of her hand. Phew, thank goodness for that. Yep, happiness is what counts for children. Happiness and harmony. Yeah, but you gotta stop spoiling your old daughter like that. But she's our daughter. We don't want to see her unhappy. Yeah, but one of these days it'll bite her and or you in the back, you'll see. Dad? Yes, Penny? I want a pet of my own. Malachi voiceover. Most preposterous. Back in Clamberg, Malachi and Marion are talking about the latest ticket finder, each holding a chocolate bar. Did that girl's parents really cheat the contest like that? Yeah. Truly it is abhorrent to spoil a child like that. Malachi is about to eat his bar until snatched by a small flying fiend, which whooshes into the air. Oh, what now? They look to see a quickly moving falcon fiend in the air. Another unholy fiend to collect the bars of chocolate. Yea, 'tis best to keep down. As if I had any other choice. The falcon flies around the seascape. Pan over to Vendetta and Grudge, looking at the fountain from a distance. Let's see how Charlotte tries to get this one. She can't possibly reach it. Charlotte off screen. Falcon! Oh, Falcon! What the? They turn to see Charlotte on a nearby cliff, holding a chocolate bar in the air. You want some chocolate, Falcon? The Falcon speeds towards Charlotte and is about to grab the chocolate, until a long tongue grabs the Falcon and pulls it into the mouth of a giant orange frog, with a giant squid nearby it. Ugh! How does she even know? I give up. I'm gonna go watch TV. She and Grudge walk out of frame. Part 5. A few days later, we cut to an exterior of Vendetta's house, with smoke rising from its chimney. On the ground is a cobra being chased by a dozen flying ants. Inside the house, we get a binocular POV as the camera looks over the city, seeing scenes of the kids enjoying their sweets bars and hanging out with Charlotte. Cut to Grudge lowering his binoculars while looking through a giant window. He turns and grunts at Vendetta, who's lying on her chair watching television. What's the use, hamster? That stupid little girl's just gonna get in the way and ruin my plans. On the TV screen, we see a big pink bunny telling a story to 3 children in the forest. God, why doesn't that bunny just grab the children and eat them? This whole show would have been over in 2 seconds. Suddenly, the screen cuts to a news bulletin. We interrupt your regularly scheduled program for some breaking news. It seems that after weeks without any new developments, the third Golden Sweets ticket has been found. Oh goody, who is it this time? We come to you live from the town of Perfection as we hear a statement from the lucky third finder, the controversial former president of Perfection, Lou. The television cuts to a live stream of Lou, with messy hair and a shrunken shoot, lounging on a set of stairs with what appears to be the third golden ticket in his hand. You know, it almost seems like yesterday when I ruled this town with an iron fist. Everything was perfect, you can say. But after that stupid pink doll and her friends ruined my life, I was pretty much a laughingstock. Vendetta sits up, listening to Lou's words. Ooh, I like this guy. Moves closer to the television screen. But now that I'm one of the 5 lucky winners of this Vanellope Sweets contest, it looks like people are finally starting to respect me again for the perfect doll I really am. And now that I possess this chocolate factory ticket, perhaps I can rub it in Moxie's face. Possess chocolate. Wait a minute. Hamster, I got it. Vendetta runs into the kitchen, leaving Grudge to look at the television screen. Well, it seems that this special contest is going strong after all this time. Someone slips a paper onto the desk. Hold up, this just in. The 4th golden ticket has also just been found. We come to you live from Transylvania. The television cuts to outside a giant castle-like hotel. Another reporter is next to a goth-like vampire woman, her human husband, and a curly-haired little boy who's holding his ticket and softly chewing on some gum. That's right, the ongoing chocolate factory contest is still going strong, as the 4th ticket has recently been found in this little town of Transylvania. Here with me is the lucky finder, a Mr. Dennis Lowen Dracula, his mother Mavis, and his father Jonathan. So Dennis, tell me about how you... Dennis' maternal grandfather snatches the microphone from the reporter's hand. Hello, world! If you ever visit this area, take a stay here in Hotel Transylvania, where both the abnormal and normal are welcome. And if you do come here, make sure to check out the new... Baba Drac? Mavis takes the mic. Dad, I think we should let Dennis keep the spotlight for a while. Want to say a few words to the world, honey? Uh-huh, to the camera. Hi, everyone. My name's Dennis, and I got a golden ticket. You must be very happy being one of the luckiest kids in the world. Dennis, somewhat muffled from chewing. It's gonna be quite amazing to see all the different stuff Vanellope has. Dennis, you think you could take that gum out for a second? How if everyone can understand you? Oh, sorry. Takes the gum out. It's gonna be a blast exploring that factory. We're gonna have so much fun, aren't we? Isn't he the cutest thing? Yeah, getting a close look at what kind of new candies Vanellope has. These chocolate balls are really something, so it'll be interesting to see what she has next. Dracula grabs the mic. Wait, before you go, I just want to tell everyone about our... Suddenly, the TV starts to lose signal. Grudge goes to the TV and bangs it a little. Vendetta from the kitchen. Hamster! Quit playing on that television and get over here! Grudge goes into the kitchen and sees Vendetta stirring a mixture in the large cauldron with a spoon. You see that batch of muffins on the counter there? Bring it here and dump all of them into this cauldron. Grudge takes a tray of muffins and then drops the muffins into the mixture. The two of them watch as the mixture bubbles over. This better work. Eventually, something crawls out of the cauldron mixture and onto the floor. Vendetta and Grudge look down to see one of the muffins is standing with a pair of legs. Mini muffin? Yes, that's exactly what you are. Then, more muffins pop out of the cauldron and stare at Vendetta. Muffins start to walk towards Vendetta. Many muffins, many muffins, many muffins. Vendetta backs up. Okay, now you're starting to annoy me. Many muffins, many muffins, many muffins. The muffins cause Vendetta to back into a wall behind her. Hamster, help. At this, Grudge grabs one of the muffins and proceeds to chomp it. The other muffins gasp at this and stare at Grudge. Grudge then grabs them and eats them all in one bite. This won't do. Those muffins weren't evil, just irritating. Really irritating. I'll have to alter the mixture so they'll really give those stupid children a scare. Hamster, give me one of those chocolate bars while I fix this mixture. Grudge grunts, then walks off screen. Vendetta then adds some spice and hot sauce to the mixture. Part 6. Later, by the onion stand, Maggie listens to a radio while eating an onion stick with the Onion Man. The golden ticket said to have been found by Lou Perfection is in fact a forgery. That's right, Lou had made up a fake ticket. Authorities tried to confirm him about this, but he disappeared before they could get a hold of him. This means that there are still 2 tickets out there. The nerve of some people, huh? I know. Trying to fool the world by faking a ticket just to win a silly contest? As they're talking, a giant spider climbs onto Maggie's dress and pulls a wrapped sweets bar out of her pocket. The spider crawls down to the ground without Maggie noticing. Well, I guess Vendetta's not the only rotten one in this world, huh? Yeah, I guess so. The spider crawls into a bush to hand the chocolate bar to Grudge, who walks away from the scene. Cut back to the cauldron in Vendetta's kitchen, where the chocolate bar is dropped. Once again, the mixture bubbles for a while, then stops as Vendetta and Grudge watch. Vendetta then uses a large pair of tongs to pull the bar out of it and drops it in Grudge's hand. Now open the wrapper and watch what happens. He starts to take the wrapper off. Suddenly, a brown creature with wings, fangs, and eyes bursts out of the wrapper, startling him. The creature then flies around the kitchen, causing a mess everywhere. Grudge is about to try and grab it. No, let it roam. Watch the creature fly around. It's perfect. It's the ultimate scheme. Once they find what that chocolate bar actually has inside, they'll think twice then to open another chocolate bar ever again. They'll realize that they're here to stay, tormented by my fiends forever. She then lets the creature land on the counter and captures it with a large jar. This might actually be my best work yet. Grudge softly growls at her before putting the jar on the shelf with other jarred fiends. The next supply of chocolate bars should arrive at that stupid candy store not too long now. We'll just wait, and then break into the store and steal that supply to make my fiends. Part 7. At dusk, back at the candy and art bar shop, Charlene carries a new box of chocolate bars from Yvonne's sweets truck. Oh, these chocolate bars have been selling fast, mysterious worker. These kids really want to find that golden ticket and get out of this town. A shadowy figure sits at a driver's seat, watching Charlene as she puts the box inside the store and closes the rear door. Alright, you're good to go. The figure waves at Charlotte as the truck starts up and starts moving. However, it doesn't take long for a tire to pop and stall the truck. Oh dear, that happens a lot here. Luckily, I have a spare tire to help you get going. She goes into the shop to get a spare tire. After she gets it out for the figure to install in the vehicle, she goes to set up a newspaper stand inside. As she does so, something catches her eye. She takes a paper from the stack and reads the headline. 4th golden ticket found in Springfield. Man, first that dentist kid earlier today and now this little boy. Sits down and opens a paper reading. The 4th golden ticket was found by a preteen by the name of Bart Simpson. On the front cover is a picture of Bart Simpson sitting on the couch watching television with his sister Lisa. Zoom onto the picture, which comes to life as cameras flash over them. From the television is audio from an Itchy and Scratchy cartoon. In the wake of the Lou incident just yesterday, the real 4th ticket has been found right here in Springfield. That's right, there's only 1 ticket left somewhere out there. Bart, can we talk to you for a second? Quiet, I'm trying to watch. Man, Itchy and Scratchy are the best, aren't they? He won't answer to the commercial break. He said something about manufacturing days and the weather and something about a Nikkei index. Trust me, Elise, a moron could have figured that out. Now shut up, I'm busy. He's just like his dad, always sitting on the couch either watching TV or playing video games. From the television, a cartoon bark and a cat yell is heard. Bart bursts out laughing. Man, it's always a riot to see Scratchy get it, isn't it, Lisa? I guess. Back in Clamberg, Charlotte puts the paper back on the stack as Vendetta and Grudge sneak through the back door and notices a bar of chocolate. Only one ticket left. I wonder who's gonna find it. Suddenly, Vendetta knocks her out with a rolling pin. Who cares about some stupid gold tickets? When I finish with these bars, this contest will be nothing more than an afterthought. She snickers evilly and ties the unconscious Charlene up as Grudge lifts the box and leaves the shop with Vendetta following. At the same time, the same figure fizzes out the new tire as it hears a voice behind it. Hello, mysterious worker. Are you here to drop out the new stock? Hearing this, the figure quickly jumps in the driver's seat and drives up in the truck. Okay, see you around. She notices a jagged old tire on the ground. Man, they must have been in such a hurry to forget to take these back in. She puts the flat tire in the disposal and goes inside to put the jack away. Grandma, this mysterious worker left the jack outside. Where do you put it? Sees Charlene tied up. Grandma? Charlene regains consciousness. What happened? What's going on, Grandma? Is my dad playing cops and robbers again? I don't know, but... Wait, there was this new box of chocolate bars ready to be restocked this morning. I thought I put it inside. Oh my, Charlotte looks around. I don't see it anywhere. I think Vendetta might have something to do with it. Why don't you check on her after you untie me? Okay, Grandma. Charlotte unties Charlene and leaves her to tie up the place. Part 8. The camera looms on a mysterious shot of Vendetta's house. Cut to a close-up of Vendetta turning a stove knob. The stove heats over the same cauldron as she mixes the contents inside it. This heat is to give the fiends that extra bit of fuming rage. Hamster, the box. Grudge hauls the giant box over to Vendetta, who opens it with a knife. She takes the bar out of the box and unwraps it slightly. Those stupid people have made a fool out of me ever since that stupid blue girl showed up. But I'll show them. I'll show her. She takes a bite out of the bar, then gags a bit. Ugh, why is this chocolate so revolting all of a sudden? Oh, must have been the wrapper. She fully unwraps the bar without looking at it. As she takes another bite of the bit of chocolate, the camera focuses on the floor and the wrapper falls on it, followed by the last shiny gold ticket. In the living room, Charlotte opens the door and peeks out. Vendetta! Oh, Vendetta! You playing hide and seek with that chocolate box? She sees a case on the table. In the case are Vendetta's parents, Viola and Victor. Oh, look, it's that horrible blue girl again. Please don't feed us the birds again, Charlotte. Back in the kitchen, the window on the front door causes the gold ticket to fly off the floor and in the direction of the living room. Oh, I'd love to stay and play with you, but I gotta find that chocolate box for Grandma. She runs a candy store and those bars are really popular with my friends. Charlotte gets interrupted by the ticket hitting her face. She takes it off her face to inspect its golden shiny nature. Her face shines. In the kitchen, Vendetta is adjusting the store knob when Charlotte screams wildly, Vendetta! The startling noise causes Vendetta to accidentally turn the knob all the way, causing the flame to go out. Vendetta, oh! Storms out of the kitchen. Grudge quickly turns the stove knob back to its previous position and follows her. However, unbeknownst to him, he didn't turn the heat on, causing a hissing noise from the stove. Back in the living room, Vendetta confronts Charlotte. Charlotte, how many times do I have to tell you not to interrupt me while I'm working? But Vendetta, you just found the last golden ticket, waves it in her hand. Isn't this exciting? You get to see a chocolate factory and everything. I do not care about the stupid contest, you stupid little... Wait, what? Vendetta grabs a ticket out of Charlotte's hands. Vendetta stares at it. I can't believe it. I actually found it. You know what this means, Charlotte? You're one of the 5 luckiest kids in the world? No, Charlotte, pulls a jar of Fiend Mix out of her pocket. That means I can smuggle a batch of my Fiend Mix, expose it to the streets, and send them terrorizing not just in Clamberg, but the entire world. And I, Vendetta, will be the most powerful girl in history! Suddenly, she sniffs something in the air. What's up, Vendetta? And what smells like rotten eggs in the kitchen? Vendetta turns to notice the fire in the fireplace moving about. She turns back towards Charlotte. It was nice knowing you, Charlotte. Vendetta pushes Charlotte as Grudge goes to grab the case with her parents and head towards the door. Well, Vendetta, where are you taking us? Vendetta following Grudge. We're going on a little trip, Father. Just as she reaches the door frame, Charlotte helps Vendetta and pulls her back into the house. Grudge keeps running away with the cage. Wait, Vendetta, don't you want one last hug from your best friend? Let me go, you imbecile! Don't you realize this place is gonna... Suddenly, the surrounding area gets engulfed by flames. Outside, Vendetta's house explodes into flames while Grudge and Vendetta's parents watch in the distance. Vendetta? Seeing this, Grudge slowly puts the case on the ground and opens it. He then sneaks away. Vendetta, where are you? Victor stops Violetta. No, dear, it's too dangerous. Safe. The two parents run off. In the park, we see Charlotte's classmates hanging out when they see the gloomy fog in the air turn to a clear, dusty skyline. Huh? What's this? They turn to see that in the distance, Vendetta's house is all on fire and ruins. The house is gone, and there's no more smoke. The foggy barrier is gone. I gotta go to the nearest police station and get him over here before Vendetta causes any more trouble. He runs off as the other kids stare at the rubbled house. I hope Charlotte's okay. Haven't seen her since this afternoon. Me thinks she is. She survived worse. Part 9. In the rubble, we see Charlotte and Vendetta lying down unconscious. Charlotte opens her eyes. What happened? She notices the fog turned to an orange dust in the sky. So dusky all of a sudden. She sees Vendetta start to gain consciousness. Vendetta, are you okay? She goes to Vendetta and notices a phoenix jar on the ground unharmed. Charlotte picks it up as Vendetta is about to grab it. Charlotte puts the jar in her pocket. Oh, let me help you up, Vendetta. Vendetta grabs Charlotte's hand as tightly as she can, causing Charlotte to wince a little. Don't you realize what you've done, Charlotte? My house is destroyed, the sky is ruined, and now I lost everything needed to make my fiends. But shut up, just shut up, you stupid girl! For the longest time, I ruled Clamber with an iron fist. I couldn't be any happier. But you just had to show up and get in my way. You should have been just one of my victims in this town, but no! You just couldn't help yourself spreading all this talk of happiness and rainbows and unicorns. But rainbows and unicorns are what make the world go round. No, they do not! They just annoy me and disrupt my work. You see this? Points to the house rubble. This is what rainbows and unicorns do. It's okay, Vendetta. Grandma and I can help you rebuild the house. No need. I don't need you. I don't need any of you stupid people in Clamberg. All I need is this. She reaches into her pocket but doesn't feel anything. Where is it? Where's my gone ticket? Suddenly she hears police sirens entering the city. She digs into the rubble. Come on, stupid ticket, where are you? Charlotte kneels down and finds the ticket. Here it is, Vendetta. Vendetta then stares at Charlotte with the evilest and most fierce grimace she has ever given. She lunges towards Charlotte and grabs her throat as hard as she can. Charlotte, Vendetta, what are you doing? Something I should have done a long time ago, you stupid little... At this, two police officers come into the scene and grab Vendetta. Struggling to break free, Vendetta inadvertently headbutts Charlotte, causing the screen to go black. Part 10. Cut to Charlotte's POV shot as she slowly wakes up on a stretcher outside an ambulance. Where am I? You're safe and sound, little girl. Your friends seem really worried about you. Charlotte turns to see a news reporter talking about the incident in front of a cameraman. She then sees Charlene, the kids, and other Clamber residents looking at Charlotte. Thank goodness you're okay, sweetie. Thank you for saving us from Vendetta, Charlotte. Yeah, we really owe you one. Vendetta? Where's Vendetta? Vendetta's gonna be taken to someplace where she can't hurt you anymore. What? Charlotte turns to see Vendetta in a straitjacket, being forced onto a police van. You don't understand! I'm supposed to be feared and respected in this town. Hopefully a one-way trip to jail will get you straightened out. Charlotte slowly gets up on a stretcher and limps towards the police van. Vendetta, wait! Inside the police van, Vendetta just glares angrily at Charlotte as the doors close on her. The van starts moving as Charlotte continues to limp towards it. Vendetta, reaches into her pocket. I got your thing. Charlotte pulls out the golden ticket as a civilian grabs her arm. Hey, you got it! Charlotte's got the last golden ticket! The crowd of people rush towards Charlotte to try to get a close look at the ticket. Hold up so we can see, Charlotte. Is that even real? Hey, leave her alone. You're gonna crush her. It really is gold. Charlotte, are you okay? Charlotte sees as a policeman speeds out of sight. Vendetta, your ticket. Marvin jumps in front of Charlotte. Everyone stay back! The crowd then steps back and gives Marvin and Charlotte some air. I know you're excited to see the last ticket, but Charlotte's been through a lot today. Can we at least take her home so she can rest? Charlotte starts to lose consciousness and is about to fall to the ground before Grudge runs in and catches her, then holds her body. Charlotte passes out and grabs his arms as we fade to black. Part 11. Fade into Charlotte's house as she slowly wakes up in her bed. Charlotte, feels her head. She sees Grudge putting the jar of feed mix up in her cabinet. Grudge? I thought you were with Vendetta. She turns to see Charlotte and Marvin by her bed. Are you okay, Charlotte? I'm fine. What happened? Long story. Let's just hope you get better before the 1st of July in a couple weeks. 1st of July? But why? Because that's the factory tour. You found the 5th golden ticket, so we're gonna go on the tour of a lifetime. Isn't that exciting? I can't go. Wait, what? Grudge grunts confusingly. I can't go without Vendetta. She's my best friend. Besides, you probably need this trip more than anything. You haven't let this down in over a year. You take a chicken, Marvin. I don't mind. She's about to get up. Charlotte, listen to me. The other kids and I are already grateful that you stopped Vendetta, and we can enjoy summer vacation in peace. Besides, I've been in this town all my life, so I don't mind a staycation. You've done everything to give us hope for the past year or so. Don't you think the little girl who inspired hope deserves a little reward? I suppose. Then let's get you all better, 'cause you got the trip of a lifetime to go to. Charlotte softly smiles. Part 12. A few days later, the city of Clanburg is surrounded by civilians fixing up the buildings and streets, helping them by people-sized Lego minifigures dressed as construction workers, who are also providing the building materials. Title card. Chapter 2. The Factory. Cut to the newly elected Mayor Amy talking with the leader of the construction crew, Emmett Burkowski. So, with everything going ahead of schedule, this town should be good as new by tomorrow. Seriously, I gotta thank you for showing up at such short notice. This place really needed to fix up. Yeah, don't sweat it. It's our job to make sure all the towns around this multiverse are fixed and safe. The person you should really thank is Charlotte for taking down that tyrannical villain. Yeah, I know. Say, you wanna check out the Clanburg Reopening Festival in a couple days? There'll be snacks and rides and even a show and tell competition. Thanks, but no. I already got Marshpan City's schedule that day. Heard that Mandela really got an explosive order. Really took a toll on his shop. Oh, jeez. Pan over to an exterior shot of Charlotte's house. In Charlotte's room, she's looking at herself in the mirror, specifically her blue dress. Too posh. She walks off frame. We hear some clutter. She walks back in front of the mirror with seemingly the same dress. Too bushy. She walks off frame again, then comes back wearing another one of the exact same dress. Just right. Suddenly the doorbell rings. I got it. She runs toward the door and opens it. She sees a boy her height, wearing a bright blue hoodie over his head. The boy removes the hood off his head, revealing himself to be Lou from the TV broadcast, just with blue face paint all over his face and a dark blue wig to disguise himself. Charlotte, being the airhead that she is, doesn't recognize this disguise. Oh, hello, stranger. My name's Charlotte. Oh, I know who you are, Charlotte. I read about you in the papers. Charlotte pops her head into frame. Hello, dearie. Who might you be? Well, I've recently taken a DNA test out of curiosity and found that we're, somehow connected. And you are? I just happen to be your uncle's nephew, sister, half-second cousin 9 times removed. Well then, it's nice to meet you, cousins, father's brother, sister, 50 times removed. What's your name? Lou stares at Charlotte. Close enough. My name's Lucas. Well, Lucas, Grandma and I are about to go to the chocolate factory tomorrow. You wanna come? Yeah, the ticket says she can bring 2 guests with her. Lou faking down. I don't know. Come on, Lucas, it'll be fun. Yeah, alright, I guess. Yay! She hugs Lou, and he slowly hugs back with a smug look on his face. Later that night, Lou goes upstairs to Charlotte's room. You can stay in my room for the night, Lucas. I can always share Grandma's bed. Okay, Charlotte. Thanks for dinner, Charlene. That sugar ham was delightful. Thank you, dearie. See you tomorrow. Good night, guys. Good night, Lucas. The light downstairs turns off, Then Lou closes and locks the bedroom door. He goes to the mirror and uses a tissue to wipe the face paint off his face, then removes the wig. He smiles evilly at his reflection. They don't suspect a thing. They may have looked past my fake ticket, but they're not gonna look past my disguise. Once I get rid of those stupid kids in Vanellope, that factory is gonna have a new owner tomorrow. And nobody's gonna see it coming. He then stops cackling, slowly turning towards the camera awkwardly. As it turns out, he's actually looking at Buttons, Charlotte's hamster, in his cage. Buttons hides behind his food bowl. Part 13. Early the next day, a small limousine is waiting outside Charlotte's house. Inside, Charlotte sees Lou in his blue disguise walk down the stairs. Lou looks into Charlotte's room to see Buttons' tomb, whom he had bribed with paper to distract him from telling Charlotte about his true identity. Morning, Charlotte. You excited for the factory tour? Yeah, but kinda nervous. I haven't been without my best friend for a while. What if I meet someone to replace Vendetta? Oh, I assure no one will ever replace their best friend, even if this is a tour no one's ever gonna forget. You got the ticket, Charlene? Right in my pocket, Lucas. Pats her pocket, looks at the limo outside. Say, did you kids ever think we'd be in a limousine? Not really. We don't even have cars where I'm from. As the three of them exit the house, the side door of the limo automatically opens and they go in. Charlotte marvels at the leather seats in the exterior. Charlotte sits on a seat. Wow, look at these comfy seats. As the three of them sit down, the limo starts moving. Now, Charlotte, dear, I know Charlotte's not coming with you, but do try to make friends with the other four kids and just overall have a good time, okay? Okay, Grandma. So, you two haven't seen the outside of Clamber for over a year, huh? No, this town's always had this foggy barrier. Barely anyone's been able to get in or out. Then you'll really enjoy this. Since you two have been quarantined in the town, these multi-dimensional portals have popped out here and there, where you can instantly transfer to another universe. Just like that. Like here. He points out the window, and they see that the limo is headed toward a medium-sized pink portal on the side of a mountain. Wow, how'd that get here? Long story. Now sit tight, it's gonna be a bit bumpy, but safe. The three then sit back on the seats as they go through a pink path for less than a second before at the other side, they're greeted in a different universe by a horde of onlookers and cameramen flashing cameras toward the limo. See? Told ya. Charlene and Charlotte turn around to see a massive factory, hard to miss. It has a large glowing gate at the front. Wow, that's so big. Yeah, that's gotta be like 10 times as big as any other factory I've ever seen. There's gotta be hundreds if not thousands of trucks for a gate that big. The limo stops, and the side door opens to reveal a red carpet leading up to a smaller gated entrance. On either side of the carpet is a row of metal dividers and a few guards to keep the crowds back. Charlene grabs Charlotte's hand. Don't let go of my hand until I get inside. Wouldn't want you to get lost. Charlene and Charlotte exit the limo and start walking towards the carpet. Lou puts his hoodie over his head and then follows. We see that Charlotte is visibly happy, but still kinda nervous. Seeing Charlene smile at each other. Lou, on the other hand, doesn't let his eyes exit the red carpet below him. The three of them stop at the entrance, seeing the deposit slot marked Insert Gold Ticket Here. Charlene has Charlotte the ticket. You wanna do the honors, Charlotte? Uh-huh. Charlotte quickly puts a gold ticket inside the slot, and the bars of the entrance retract. Charlotte, Charlene, and Lou huddle together as they go through the entrance. The bars behind them slide back towards the entrance as the three characters walk towards the wondrous adventure they're about to go through. Part 14. Charlotte, Charlene, and Lou walk through a narrow, empty hallway until they see a large room with a large red curtain in one of the walls. Above the curtain is a clock that reads 9:55. In the room, they see the other four ticket winners and their respective chaperones. Penny Pearson, along with her mom and dad. I want to be the first one to enter the curtain before anyone else. Whatever you say, Penny. Yeah, you really are a special girl. Laura with the two besties, Audrey and Dot. Lana mentioning a candy bar. Man, I can't get enough of these. Wonder what other candies they have. Dot takes the bar out of Lara's hand. Well, take it easy, Lara. Gotta see room for the goodies inside. There's Lou and Dracula, along with his own parents. They're still chewing on his gum. Isn't this exciting? We're gonna see so much candy. Jonathan, holding his phone. Wow, check it out. My YouTube stream's in the hundreds. In the phone. Sup, my dudes? We're just moments away from seeing the famous candy maker and exploring her chocolate factory along with my girlfriend and kid. Mavis smiles. Your wife, Johnny. Oh, right. Why do I keep forgetting that? And finally, Bart Simpson, who's with his sister Lisa and mother Marge. Bart is waving his phone around. Geez, Bart, are you trying to do yoga? No, I'm trying to get a signal. Why does that guy get all the data to stream this tour? Charlotte, Charlie, and Lou continue looking at the other kids. They seem like nice people. Let's go meet them. Yeah, why not? Charlie and Charlotte walk toward the others while Lou stands by to watch them from a distance. Lotta sees Charlotte walking towards her. Hello there, I'm La and these are my friends. Hi, I'm Charlotte. Oh yeah, the girl who saved Clamber 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I get that a lot. Yeah, and for good reason. Takes another chocolate bar out of her pocket. Say, you want some chocolate? Sure, thanks. La gives a chocolate bar each to Charlotte and her grandma. As the two of them eat the bars, they walk toward Bart. Hey, I'm Bart Simpson. Who the hell are you? My name's Charlotte. You're the last ticket finder, right? The one who just found a couple weeks ago? Uh-huh. I'm her brother Lisa, and this is my mother Marge. Penny sprints over to Charlotte and shakes her hand. And I'm Penny Peterson. It's really nice to meet you, Charlotte. You too, Penny. And that's a nice dress you're wearing, young lady. Thank you. My mom gave it to me. She always gets me what I want. Isn't that right, Mom? Yeah, whatever you say, sweetie. Well, that's most of them. I wonder where the last one is. She turns and is stunned to see Dennis standing with his parents. She stands still and blushes a bit. Charlotte, are you feeling okay? Dennis then sees Charlotte standing still. To his parent. Hey, we haven't met her yet. Dennis walks towards Charlotte, who just blushes redder. Hi there, stranger. My name's Dennis. What's your name? Hi, Charlotte. I'm Dennis. Face turns red. You know what I mean. Sorry. Are you okay? Your face is turning red. I know, I really screwed this up, didn't I? Charlotte to Dennis's parents. Oh my, I'm so sorry about this. Charlotte's never been like this before. It's okay, Charlotte's mom. Everyone has an awkward first impression. Her grandma, actually. Has anyone told you you're cute? Oh yeah, my best friend Winnie told me that. Oh, you already have a best friend. It's okay, I already have a best friend too. Des goes up to her and hugs her. Hey, that doesn't mean we still can't be friends. Charlotte smiles a bit. Thanks, Dennis. Hugs back. Aww. See, Charlotte? Des is a cool kid. To Charlotte. You have a nice granddaughter, ma'am. Gee, thanks. I done my best to raise her since her parents... well, you know... Oh, they're in the space station. Wow, your parents are astronauts? Yeah, right. Astronauts. You really like to chew that gum, don't you, Dennis? Oh yeah, blows a gum bubble. My friend in class gave me this piece of gum 3 months ago, and I couldn't get enough of it. I don't know what it is. Oh, I see, but why don't you just... Suddenly, the clock starts to chime at 10. All 15 individuals start interacting and turn towards the curtain, waiting in anticipation. Eventually, as the clock strikes 10, a voice starts talking in the above speakers. Dear lucky visitors, it's a great pleasure to welcome all of you to my factory. Now without further ado, my super special entrance. The curtain unravels, revealing smoke and a candy-made race car driving to the center of the stage. Jumping out the side is none other than Penelope Von Sweet, a tween girl with a signature green hoodie and a candy-decorated black ponytail. Phew, you won't believe how many countless minutes I spent practicing that. And you won't believe how many countless hours my workers spend recreating my Sugar Rush car. Anywho, welcome to my factory. I have a hunch it'll be an adventure none of you are gonna forget. The guests start approaching Penelope. Lada, nice to meet you, and in such fine shape too. These are my BFFs, Donna and Audrey. Welcome. Now, if you three will wait by the curtain. As the Harvey girls stand by the curtain, Penny comes in front of Lisa to shake Penelope's hand. I'm Penny Peterson. Well, someone's anxious to get in, but hey, I wouldn't blame you, since there's so much time and so little to see. Wait a minute. Strike that. Reverse it. And these are your parents. Wonderful. Step right there. Penny and her parents stand by the Harvey girls. Penelope looks past Lisa and Marge to see Bart staring right at her. So, Bart Simpson. The little devil that cheated the system. Heh, eat my shorts, V. Bart, be nice to her. We'll try to keep it in check, Penelope. Thank you, right this way. As the Simpsons stand by, Des flies in front of Penelope and embraces her. Oof. Hi, I'm Dennis. Wow, wonderful to meet you, Dennis. You sure are a hugger. And Mavis and Johnny, what adorable kids you have. Aw, thank you. Jonathan holds his phone. Hey V, you're on stream just so you know. V smiles for the camera. What's up, my homies? Y'all chill with the cool dudes? Jonathan awkwardly says, yeah, we'll just wait here. They wait by the others while Vanellope meets the last ticket finder. My name's Charlotte. Well, Charlotte. I read all about you in the papers. Find a ticket right after saving Clamberg must have been the luckiest day of your life. And these two, I'm her grandma, Charlene, and if you ever come by Clamberg, do check out my candy and Arpaw shop. Answer a business card. Will do. Doesn't recognize Lou in his disguise. And this young man? Oh, that's my father's brother's wife's nephew's. Gets hand-gagged by Lou. I'm a distant relative of Charlotte's. Name's Lucas. Hello, Lucas. I shake you warmly by the hand. She holds her hand out, but Lou doesn't grab it. Okay, then. Is that everyone? All 5 kids? All 10 chaperones? Good. Let's get this little adventure started. She leads the 15 guests through the curtain and down a long corridor. As the group follows Penelope, Charlotte looks at her grandma holding her hand. They smile at each other. Then she looks at the other guests. Bart seems uninterested, Paige slightly grins, and Lion then a smile at her. Jonathan holding his phone. So V, what made you want to become a chocolatier? Well, for those who don't know, I was once a princess of a land called Sugar Rush. It was a Candyland-like video game where I overthrew a pretty mini of a king with my best friend Wreck-It Ralph. But through a series of events so eventful they could honestly make a movie out of it, I ended up at another game, Slaughter Race. It was a place of really nice people and lots of the unexpected, so I decided to stay there for a bit. But there was something in me telling me there was something missing in my life. I kinda missed the life where I was surrounded by delectable sweets. So after the second Big Bang expanded the known world tenfold, that gave me the opportunity to appeal to as big of a crowd as I can. I found this huge empty factory, assembled my workers, and started working on what creative new items I could bring to the table. So wait, if you miss the old candy life, why don't you just go back to Sugar Rush with your old friends? Because I was kinda tired of the same thing over and over. I want to bring something new to the table. Hey, is this me? Is this hallway getting smaller? No, she's not. She's getting bigger. I've also noticed this hallway is kind of going downwards. That's because we're going underground. All my most important rooms are deep below the surface. But isn't this factory like a few acres wide? There's clearly more than enough space. That's what you would think, but the truth is some of these rooms are enormous. Like football fields enormous. She accidentally bumps into the end of the hallway. Oh, here we are. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to enter the nerve center of this whole factory. The heart of this whole business. This is a candy factory after all. Stop teasing me already. I'm starving. Come on, Lana. Don't get overexcited. Unlocks the tiny door. Yet. She slowly opens the door. Part 15. As the guests are greeted by a vast, colorful valley filled with all kinds of candy-themed trees, bushes, and plants, they're visibly amazed. Whoa, oh my gosh, it's a sight to behold. It is, isn't it? Johnny, holding his phone. You guys have seen this too, right? Vanellope leads a group through the valley. Bart notices the chocolate river. What's up with that river? Looks polluted. Nope, it's chocolate. Oh. Yep, every drop in that river is hot melted chocolate. Chocolate at the finest quality. And look at my waterfall. Chocolate fall. She points to a giant waterfall at the beginning of the river. That's the most important aspect. It churns and mixes the chocolate, makes it light and frothy. Loudly whispers in Penelope's ear. You know, a good friend of mine told me it's the only way to get it just right. She shifts their attention to a giant pipe at the edge of the river by a wall. Once the chocolate's done mixing, that pipe sucks it out and carries it away all over the factory. Thousands of gallons an hour. Tens of thousands. Wow, all this stuff looks like you can literally eat it. And you can. In fact, why don't you all enjoy the spruces of this Candyland for a while? On me. Go on, chew. At this, all 15 of Vanellope's guests gather throughout the valley. Bart crashed through a candy pumpkin to take out the insides to eat. Lila scoops up wet topping from a mushroom. Dot eating the grass on all fours. Man, she's right. I can eat an entire man out of this stuff. Patty reaches a gummy bear off a tree and gives it to her daughter Penny. Lou wanders through the field, looking at the other guests sinisterly. As for Charlotte, she comes to a tree of candy apples. She tries jumping for one, but just can't grab it. Des, seeing this, turns into a bat and throws down 2 of the apples, one for himself and one for her. Oh, thanks, Dennis. Dennis turns back to normal. No problem, Charlotte. He takes the gum out of his mouth and puts it into an empty wrapper in his pocket. He then takes a bite out of his apple. So, why hold on to a piece of gum? Why not try another piece? I don't know, I'm just kinda addicted to it, I guess. It's better than just buying a new piece. But wouldn't a new piece give you some flavor? I don't care, it gives my jaw something to do, I guess. Smiles a bit, revealing his slight fangs. So how'd you do that little trick, the whole turn into a bat thing? Well, apparently I'm what Dad calls a dampier. You know, half human, half vampire. I see. So, how'd you manage to defeat Vendetta? I didn't exactly mean to. All I did was pull her out after her house burned down from a gas accident. You really should meet her one day. She's my best friend. Dennis says Charlotte. Right. Maeve smiles as she sees her kid interacting with Charlotte. She reaches down and pulls out a lollipop. Before she takes a bite, she feels a fast pink blur speed behind her. She turns around to see a new lollipop in its place. Huh? Licks a lollipop. Meanwhile, Lila is eating jelly beans out of a cup. Luke goes up to her. So you like chocolate, huh? Yeah? What's your point? I bet that river would taste delightful, like heaven in your mouth. Yeah, but wouldn't my hands contaminate the river? Wouldn't get any germs to end up in any future chocolate bars. It's okay, I got it covered. He pulls a large straw out of his pocket and gives it to Lila. Gee, thanks. She runs out of frame. Luke then seemingly turns toward the camera. Don't ask how I knew to bring a large straw on that trip, okay? Turns out he was actually talking to a pink, curly-haired pony staring at him while collecting parts of a chocolate tree. Bart points to the pony. Who the hell is that? The pony then darts away. I could have sworn I saw a Pinkie Pie there. On Ponyville? I thought she'd been with the other ponies. That's not her. That's her pouring cream into the river. No, she's tending to these whipped cream mushrooms over there. That's strange. How could she be in so many places at once? I bet she found some kind of mirror pool to close her multiple times, but didn't try to wipe them out? Well, I thought must have slipped out. Then Penelope appears in front of the group. I see you met my workers, my Pinky clones. How'd you save them? How'd you bring them here? Well, I'm glad you asked. Part 16. Fade to a flashback in the ever-free forest. Penelope looks at a map while wandering around. I was supposed to go to Ponyville in the hopes of talking with the real Pinkie Pie to discuss ideas for candy. You see, we became good friends around the time the second Big Bang happened, so she gave me this map that led me to her place. But I must have gotten lost because I ended up in this real creepy forest. Penelope looks at the map and sees she's been looking at it upside down. She quietly grunts in frustration and keeps wandering. The forest was nothing but desolate waste and weird plants. You never know which ones were poisonous or not. Penelope stops in her tracks when a female zebra named Sakura holds her hoof up. Beware, beware, hind-legged folk. These leaves of blue are not a joke. Penelope looks down to see a bunch of poison joke on the ground. Thanks, Zebra Pony, for that little tip. If you hadn't warned me, I wouldn't have, slipped. She walks away. Soon she finds a pink, cotton-candy-like tail in the tall grass. The tail then sinks into the ground. I thought I'd found a woman in the forest. Penelope comes closer to see a large hole in the ground. But I followed her down to a large cave. Penelope sliced down the hole. When she reaches the bottom, she's astonished by what she's seeing, and found many more of her. The camera pans over to see various Pinky clones bouncing around and having a good time. A couple of them pull more Pinky clones out of a lake in the ground. It was quite a sight. There they were bouncing around the place, where some of them stood in front of a lake where they pulled even more Pinky clones out. Penelope looks up out of the hole to see Twilight and the real Pinkie Pie looking at her, confused. Cut to inside Pinky's Sugar Cube corner, where Penelope is talking with Twilight and Pinky. The conversation is muted so we can hear their voiceover. Twilight Sparkle and the real Pinky explained the whole situation to me. How they came to be, how they caused chaos around town, and how she had to banish them back to the cave. Hearing this, I knew one thing. If those Pinky clones are ever seen again by the Ponyville citizens, they'd be ridiculed or prejudiced. Cut back to the Mirror Pool Cave, where Penelope approaches the Pinky clones running about. So with Twilight's permission, I went up to him and said, Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. The pinky clothes stop running around and stand on the ground, intently staring at Vanellope. Look, I bet you're probably sick and tired of living in this creepy forest and having to live in secrecy. So I come to make you all a deal. Come and live with me in my factory. Become my secret candy workers for my new business. And in return, I'll give you peace and safety from those ponies, as well as all the candy you can fit into your little tummies. The pinky clothes talk amongst them, then agree and cheer Vanellope's proposal. They run and bounce around as one of them speeds up to her and shakes her hand furiously. Cuts her outside the hole as the trunk pumps up the whirlpool water into it. Some pinky clones bounce around inside a cage in another truck. So in as much secrecy as I can, I brought them all here where they are to this very day. Pan over to the outside of Vanellope's factory, where more trucks with more cases or more pinky clones are loaded into the facility. Mom! Cut back to the present, where Vanellope gets annoyingly interrupted. I want one of those pinky clones. You promised me you'd get a pet. Now, dear, we mustn't interrupt Vanellope. But I want a pinky clone now! Bart annoyed at Penny. Will you shut up? I can't even hear myself think, you twit! Thank you, Bart. Man, what a nice little thing for her to do that for those poor ponies. Isn't that right, Lotta? She turns around to see that Lotta's not in the group. Lotta? Part 17. Cut to Lotta using the lost straw to slurp some of the chocolate from the edge of the river. Man, this stuff is terrific. I should probably get a bucket to drink this properly, but I just can't stop. The rest of the group notices Lotta and is visibly concerned. Lotta, be careful. You lean too far from that river. You might lose your balance. I'm sorry, what? Lou goes next to Lotta and pretends to pull her. Here, let me help you out. Then, Lou sneakily pushes her towards the river. Whoa! Lotta falls into the river with a splash. Otter and Dot gasp at this. Vanellope just stares at Lou in judgment. Whoops. Lotta floats up to the surface and tries to swim, but she gets caught in the current. Guys, help me! Save me! I can't swim through this current! Lotta gets pulled towards a pipe at the end of the river. Lisa is about to jump in, but Vanellope stops her. No, don't. The river's already contaminated enough. We're gonna have to pull her out. Then Maples and Dennis turn into bats, grab a giant lollipop, and fly over Lotta. Quick, Lotta, grab this! Lotta tries to grab it, but gets pulled into the river. She then shoots up slowly up the pipe. There she goes. It's part of the pipe's big enough to suck her through. It's not big enough. She seems to be slowing down. She's gonna stick. Indeed, she is slowing down, to the point where she sticks still in the middle of the pipe. Ugh. She spiked the whole pipe. She's stuck. Guys, we gotta smash the pipe. Don't need to break the pipe. The pressure below her will get her out. Huh? Yeah, the pressure of the chocolate spilling up below her. She'll soon shoot up like a bullet. Cut her inside the pipe, where Lotta's struggling to move until she sees Lou in the middle of the crowd. Lucas, what's the big idea of pushing me in like that? Don't you realize I could've... Cut her outside the pipe, where Lotta's dialogue is muted by a combination of the pipeline and the sounds of the chocolate river. What? Lotta inside the pipe. I mean, first you convinced me to drink from that river, then you just pushed me in? It sounds like you were... Outside the pipe, Audrey still can't hear Lotta. What is he saying? I think she's saying something about minced livers and mushy lind. I don't know. Lotta inside the pipe. And when I get out of this pipe and rejoin this group, I am literally gonna tear you a new... Outside the pipe, Audrey and Don still confused by what Lotta is saying. Then, a stream of chocolate rushes up past Lotta, who disappears up the pipe. Oh dear. Puts her finger on a comma in her ear. Tell the workers at the fudge room, deactivate the boiler. We wouldn't want a fatality there. Oh dear, I hope she's okay. She'll be fine. She snaps her fingers. At this, a pinky clone pops up, seemingly out of nowhere. Pinky clone number 71, reporting for duty. I want you to take Lotta's friends over to the fudge room so they can pull her out of the mixing barrel. And make sure she takes a quick bath and wash her clothes the best as she can. Then have them meet us back precisely at the location I tell you later, okay? Okie dokie Loki, Vanellope. Right this way. To Audrey and Dot. She bounces away with Audrey and Dot following. Tell us where we missed when we get back. Will do. Are you sure she's gonna be okay? Of course she'll be okay. My workers are professionals. You know, just last week we had a shortage of lollipop sticks, so one of them brought a huge pack of lollipops from a local competitive supermarket, slurped up the candy, washed the sticks thoroughly, and used them for our own lollipops and saved the day. Because really, if we sell lollipops without the sticks, there's really no point to it. She chuckles a bit at her own joke, but then sees the group looking either cringe or indifferent. Wow. Yeah, terrible joke, I know. Now on with the tour. Part 18. Penelope leads the 12 remaining guests by the edge of the river. This chocolate room is only a fraction of the wonders I have in store at this factory. I thought we'd be able to visit all of them one day. Luckily, I have a shortcut. At this, a large white paddle boat pulled up to them, driven by 2 pinkies. A board sticks out the side over the river gap. Wow, that's a nice boat we got there. Appreciated. All aboard, everyone. One by one, the guests cross the board and takes a seat on the boat. Penelope soon follows and takes a seat in front of them before the board pulls back into the boat. Is this thing gonna float with all of us on board? Please, she's been through worse. Everyone on? Good. On we go. The boat resumes sailing down the river. The group looks at the deliciously gorgeous sights around the room as they ride. Mommy, I want a boat just like this, and I want these ponies paddling in it and everything. Bart to Lisa and Marge. What she wants is a good kick in the pants. I heard that, you little twerp. Lou looks at the rest of the group and tells Pride. You're all quite short, aren't you? Well, yeah, we're children. That's no excuse. I'm pretty tall for my age. No, you're not. Am too. You know why? Because I was brought to this world to be the perfect doll for my mother. Not if you even come close. Charlotte feels kinda uneasy sitting next to her so-called distant relative Lou, so she scoots away from him. Seeing Dennis and his parents sitting nearby, she blushes a bit. She sees Dennis's hand on the seat between them. She reaches to grab it until... Oh, hey, Charlotte, what you doing? Charlotte pulling her hand back. Oh, nothing. You want to grab my hand? Go ahead, I won't mind. Charlotte then scoots even closer to him, grabbing his hand. Charlene sees the 2 kids holding hands, smiling. So, there's this festival that's going on back in Clamber tomorrow. Yeah, we've heard of it. Some kind of grand reopening or something. Yeah, if you're not busy tomorrow, maybe you could come over and, We'd love to come, Charlotte. See what the town's become. Yeah, there's tons of snacks and even some kind of show and tell competition. Ooh, what do you got for the competition? I don't know. Suddenly, the boat starts to approach a dark tunnel. Everyone sit tight. The ride might get a little rough. As the boat goes through the tunnel, the surroundings turn from pitch bright to strange technicolor, almost psychedelic. The guests are confused, fascinated, kinda scared, or a combination of all of them. Wow, what an acid trip this is. This is getting weird. Jonathan's still here on his streaming phone. Yeah, it's strange, but it's fun. Miss Sweets, you think we could go a little slower? What's that? Go faster? Okay. As the boat goes faster, a series of random images starts appearing on the walls. Weird-looking toys, giant insects, a jack-in-the-box with a clown. Penelope, what sort of random imagery? How are we supposed to see where we're actually going? There's no earthly way of knowing. Please don't. Which direction we are going. There's no knowing where we're rowing, or which way the river's flowing. Is it raining? Is it snowing? Is a hurricane a-blowing? She sees the guests become even more unsettled, but she just doesn't care. Now a speck of light is showing, so the danger must be growing. Are the fires of hell a-glowing? Is a greasy reaper mowing? Yes! The danger must be growing, for the rowers keep on rowing, and they're certainly not showing any signs that they are slowing. At this, Penelope lets out an insane yell. Everyone is even more scared. Everything goes to black, and then the lights come back on, and the boat has somehow stopped in its tracks. Everyone breathes heavily and turns around to see a deep corridor with many doors on either side. Well, everyone, we're here. Small step for mankind, but a giant step for us. Well then, there's so many rooms to see in that corridor, so we mustn't dawdle. Come on! Jumps off. The guests hastily jump off the boat and back on land. That was amazing. We gotta go through there again. Why don't they show that kind of stuff on TV? I don't know, Bart. What a nightmare this was. Mommy, I changed my mind. I definitely do not want a boat like this. As the guests get off, Lou stares at the group sternly. Charles selects to get off as she sees Lou slowly pulling out his blue makeup kit, dabbing his face. Charles looking somewhat unnerved but mostly confused. Lou furrows his eyebrow at her as we suddenly cut to intermission card. Part 19. Title: Chapter 3, Lou's Intervention. They enter an empty corridor before Vanellope comes into frame to quickly lead the group. At this rate, we'll have to move double time just to keep on schedule. There's just so much to see. Do feel free to look at some of the doors we pass. Mavis reading the doors to the left. Dairy cream, whipped cream, coffee cream, vanilla cream, hair cream? Patty Pearson leading the doors to the right. Cocoa beans, coffee beans, jelly beans, soybeans, has-beans? Meh, that's just where she keeps internet trolls. Could you at least slow down, V? Some of us can't even keep up, let alone see these doors. Well, we can't get anywhere in this rate. Now come on, this way. They turn right in the corner. They walk past a wall full of pictures of fruit. Hold on a minute, I gotta show you this. Look at what wallpaper from nurseries. Go on, taste it. The guests go over to lick the pictures on the wallpaper. Oh my, this tastes so real. I got a plum. This apple's fantastic. Sounds like I taste the real thing. Try some more. The bananas taste like bananas. The strawberries taste like strawberries. Okay, that's enough. Don't want any more germs on there. Come along, guys. As it leads them across the hallway, they pass by many windows with many kinds of candy. One window shows a Pinky clone covered in a pillow of marshmallows, while another clone lies down comfortably on another pillow. Ooh, that looks comfy. And tasty too. There'll be all the rage once it hits doors. Another window was for a freezer-like room. Two Pinky clones are in heavy coats, while another is standing in the middle, shivering with frost all over her. One of the coated Pinky clones gives her an ice cream, and she ends up relieved with the frost melting off her body. This stuff's fantastic. You can practically go out in the snow in the nude, and as long as you've eaten one of these clones, you'll feel warm as toast. You know, if you'd even dare go out in the nude. Oh my. V suddenly stops. Wait a minute, I'm really proud of this one. Let's take a look. The guests stop and look out a window. In the room is a long table. On it are a few rows of white, square-shaped candies, with smiling pink faces on one side. On the end of the table is a Pinky clone painting faces on more of the candies. What are these things? Oh, that's just my little square candies that look round. They don't look round to me. Yeah, they look square, or cubed. But they are square. I didn't say they weren't. They said they were round. No, she didn't. She just said they looked round. Thank you, Mavis. But they don't look round. They look square. They look round. They most certainly do not look round. I know stuff that looks round, and those things do not look round at all. They most certainly do look round, and let me prove it to you. Vanellope swings the door open, and quickly all the rows of square candies quickly look around toward her and the other guests. See? They're looking round. Told you. Square candies still look round. There's no argument about that. There's a pause on the ground. Some are convinced, others are still confused. Oh, square candies that look round. I still don't get it. Well, let's move on, because we've got so much time and so little more to show you. It's right there. Reverse it. As she's talking, she and the guests close the door to resume the tour. Part 20. Soon, the group comes across a door marked Not Sorting Room. Oh, now that's one I know a thing or two about. I have a friend of a friend who's in the nut business. You don't happen to use the Habernax 4000 to do your sorting, do you? Sounds technically advanced, but no. Let me show you how it's done in this factory. Vanellope opens the door, leads them inside towards a large glass panel, with a hidden door on the right. On the other side of the panel is a large table with mounds of walnuts on top of it, with more walnuts piling on top of the mounds. Around the table is an army of squirrels hastily shelling out walnuts like mad. Ay caramba! Oh my! What a sight this is, holds his phone towards the glass panel. I know what you're thinking. They can't be doing what they're doing. But they are. These squirrels are specifically trained from birth to get the nuts out of their shell. Aw, that's so cute. Yeah, I know. But why use squirrels? Why can't you get one of those ponies of yours to do it? Because Pinky clones can never get the walnuts out of their shells in one whole piece. It always comes out in two. Trust me, they tried. Cut to a flashback in the same room, but completely empty. On a table, a Pinky clone concentrates on a walnut on the table. Okay, Pinky, you can do this. Breathes in, then quickly pulls the shell open with a pair of hoops. Ha! The walnut momentarily circles in midair, then it falls on the table in two. She looks disappointed. Smash cut to the pinky clone trying to pull another shell open with her teeth. The shell rips open, the walnut halves fall out of their respective shells. She grunts softly, then winces in pain. Ow! Smash cut to a third shell on the table. The pinky clone, with an ice pack on her jaw and a bandage around her head, drags a jackhammer over to the table. She tries to aim it at the walnut and activates it, but she ends up missing the walnut, and the jackhammer bounces and shakes her around the table until the table completely breaks in two with the pinky clone stuck in the middle. The walnut falls on the head, and it breaks in half on its own. I give up. She gets off the jackhammer and walks off screen. I insisted those walnuts be shelled out in one piece. Cut to Vanellope sitting at a table. On the table is a small pile of walnuts. Luckily, a friend of mine had a solution. A pair of bright yellow hooves lower a squirrel on the table in front of the pile of walnuts. Immediately, the squirrel starts to shell the walnuts like mad. Vanellope is impressed that the walnuts are whole as the camera shows Fluttershy, along with a BF Rocky medal. As you can see, Fluttershy and I trained the squirrel to shell these walnuts at breakneck speed, and it can get the whole walnut out. It's really helpful at tea parties. We don't have to bring a nutcracker with us. Very fascinating. If you want, we could train a couple more squirrels. You can have 3 squirrels to work on their walnuts. I think we can compromise. Could you train 37 more? Pause. Fluttershy and Rocky Medal stare at each other awkwardly. Cut back to the present where Vanellope has just finished her story. Make sure they were paid well. The camera pans over to the squirrels working on the walnuts. These squirrels are great, but they're rather temperamental, hence the class pan up the trainers in them. See how they tap each nut with their knuckles to make sure it's a good nut? If it's a good nut, the shell walnut is then deposited to the other rooms. But if it's a bad nut and makes a hollow sound, they don't even bother opening it and it's tossed in the garbage chute. As Penny looks attentively at the squirrels, Lou kneels over to her ear. You like these squirrels, huh? You want your parents to buy one for you so you can snuggle in and have it show your nuts, do you? Penny quickly turns to her mother. Hey Mom, I decided I don't want a squirrel. Penny dear, Dad and I have told you that taking care of a pet is a big responsibility. I don't care, I want one. Sharon's got that smart dog, Billy has 4 cats, Sasha's got 6 bunny rabbits, and Nick's got a parakeet, and Liz's got a goldfish, and Rob's got a case of white mice, and Patricia's got a silly old answer, but I got nothing. I want a squirrel. Okay, my pet, Maya will get you a squirrel as soon as she possibly can. But I don't want any old squirrel, I want one of those. Points to the squirrels in the room. One that'll get the nuts out of their shells. Very well. Pulls out a rocket full of money. Vanellope, how much for one of these squirrels? Name your price. Oh, out of the question, they're not for sale. She can't have one. Who says I can't? The girl with the funny pigtail. Fine, I'll get it myself. At this, she flings the door open and marches into the room. At this, all 40 squirrels stop what they're doing and stare straight at the girl staring back at them. Alright, which one will be mine? She looks at them all, then she focuses on the squirrel at the end of the table. Alright, I'll have you. She wishes for the squirrel, but is quick to jump on her. All the other squirrels jump on her and start scrambling and scratching all over her. Penny! She tries to run to the door, but it beeps and clicks shut. She turns toward Vanellope. Oh, forgot to mention, that door automatically closes whenever the squirrels get angsty. Keeps it contained, so... winces a bit. Along with the grinning Lou, the guests helplessly watch as the squirrels pin Penny on the ground. A bunch of them holds each of their limbs as she tries to struggle free. Mom, Dad, I want them to stop! Just then, the same squirrel as the flashbacks jumps onto her and taps her head. What's going on? They're not gonna kill her, are they? No, they're just testing her to see if she's a bad nut. Oh dear, I guess she's a bad nut after all. At this, the squirrels start to drag the poor girl to the dark garbage chute below. Do something, save her! Too late. Then Penny is sent falling down the chute below, well out of sight. Just then, the squirrels scurry back to work and the door beeps and unlocks. Oh man, I hope she'll be okay. Don't worry, I made sure they don't light the furnace today. We gotta get her back. You know, she could just be stuck in the hole just at the top. If that's the case, all you have to do is freeze in and pull her out. You know, dear, she's got a point. Yeah, we could just peek in. If you can't see her, we could always pick her up at the bottom. I mean, it's worth a shot. Go ahead, I guess. The two parents rush toward the door and into the room to peek down the chute. Lou mouthing and counting with his fingers. 3, 2, 1. At his count, one squirrel each pushed the two parents, sending them falling down the chute. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they'll be fine. A little cleanup and they'll be back on the toilet like nothing ever happened. Comment their ear peeps. Hello? Hold on, I gotta take this. Turns around and pushes a comment. Hello? Between the two of us, I think those parents kinda got what they deserved. You're telling me it's not entirely the girl's fault she's so spoiled. Thank you. Turns back around. Alright, good news. I've just been informed they got Lara out the chocolate and cleaned up. Then we us back around here. Darn. She turned toward him. Good. Darn good. In the meantime, why don't you take a peek at the window right next door? In another room, we see a Pinky clone wearing a crash test dummy costume in a custom candy-made race car. Another clone stands by to supervise. So you want me to just crash this car into that wall over there? Exactly, Pinky clone number 17. Actually, it's Pinky clone 13, but yeah, you all look the same. Looks like a running board. Now get to work. The crash test Pinky clone drives a race car at breakneck speed. The camera focuses on the supervisor Pinky wincing as candy pieces fly across the screen. Ugh, not that hard! Pan over to the crash test Pinky clone on the floor, surrounded by pieces of the car. Noted. Notice it's a peppermint wheel. Ooh! Buys into it. Cut to the guest and Vanellope looking out the window, having seen the crash test. Jonathan holding the phone to record. Dang, the insurance bills have got to be through the roof on these things. They then turn to see a Pinky clone leading the Harley Street girls, including Lara with pink-dyed clothes. Pinky, you ever heard of a color catcher? Yeah, we were kinda in a hurry to get back to the group ASAP. Whatever, as you were before. Okie dokie Loki, Vanellope. Now then, let's keep on trucking. Actually, can we sit down a minute? My feet are killing me from all this walking. I figured, which is why I've been taking you down this corridor to the elevator. Come on, let me show you. Part 21. The group of guests come across a pair of translucent double doors at the end of the hallway. The doors open. After y'all. The 12 guests go through one by one, followed by Vanellope, before the doors close behind them. Inside, they sit down on translucent seats at the walls as an LED display pops out in the middle, showing the names of various rooms throughout. Whoa. This elevator is by far the fastest, safest, and most efficient way to get around the factory. There can't be this many floors. And you'd be right, but this is no ordinary up and down elevator. It can go any way you think of. It can take us to any room in this whole factory just by pressing one of these names. Just press one and whoosh, you're off. Oh wow, fantastic. Now just to be fair to everyone, each of the 5 ticket finders, including Penny who will rejoin us later, may press one button. Bart, why don't you go first? Why not? Scrolls for the names. Boring, tedious, trite. He then comes across a specific name. Adverts of the Future. Adverts of the Future? Well, I have seen those Krusty commercials on TV. Should be interesting. He presses on the name, which flashes in the middle of the room. Thank you for selecting your destination. Next stop, Adverts of the Future. All 13 characters see large seatbelts form and lock over their bodies. Hold on tight. At this, the elevator speeds sideways. It passes through a large room. Oh, we're just in time to see the latest blowout. They pass through an oil well that spews up strawberry milkshake into the sky and onto the ground below, with Pinky clones practically swimming in it. In the foreground, 2 Pinkies pop up holding glasses. I drink your milkshake, takes the other's glass and gulps it up. I drink it up. Oh yeah? Well, I do the same with yours. She drinks the other's glass. They laugh it up before they hold their heads with a brain freeze. In the next room, they see a replica of the mirror pool with tiny houses and streets all over it. Various Pinky clones in the pool, and solemnly swear not to be scared at the prospect of being doubly married. They pull more Pinky clones out of the pool. So that's where they procreate. Soon the elevator comes to a halt. The seatbelts retract for everyone's bodies. There we are. Right this way, please. Part 22. The elevator doors open as the guests look at a large blue-white room. In the middle is a large camera focusing on a white stand with a Pinky clone operating it. Ooh. V hands some more dark goggles. Now, if you would put these on, this room's got some light that'll burn your eyeballs right out of your skulls. Where is this place exactly? Now, this is the testing room for my latest and greatest invention, social network chocolate. Now, frankly, I find social media severely overrated. Oh, not the social networks themselves like Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Those are great at entertaining you and connecting you to friends and family all over the world. It's the people using it. They spend so much time on it that they actually forget to actually have a life. Seriously, it's like they always find the most minuscule thing to be offended by just for the sake of attention. Suddenly, she seemingly looks towards the audience, but Jonathan, Lou, and Lotta then also looking. In reality, they're just looking at Bart, who's looking at his phone. What? But that got me thinking. If the internet can break up a photograph or video into billions of tiny little pieces and send it whizzing through the air, and then have it reassembled on the other end on your phone, tablet, or television, why can't I do the same thing with a chocolate bar? Why can't I send a real free sample of chocolate onto your device, all ready to be eaten? Because that's not at all how it works. You gotta understand the science of how internet technology actually works, including radio wavelength particles, converting physical objects into invisible non-toxic energy, and the overall speed and difference between data and Wi-Fi. You really should speak English next time, okay? Just to the other end of the room. Bring in the chocolate! At this, 6 Pinky clones come in carrying a large, mattress-sized chocolate bar into the scene and onto the stand. V pulls out a large smartphone. I should now send a real bar of chocolate from that stand to my phone through the internet. It's gotta be that massive, since whenever you transmit something through the internet, it always appears like a tenth of your size on your device. Picks up a button. Lights, camera, action! She presses a button, and the bright white light causes a giant bar to disappear before their very eyes. Where's the chocolate? It's now rushing across the room into a billion tiny pieces through the internet. Now if everyone would direct your attention here. She holds her phone up, and the guests crowd in to see the chocolate bar slowly pop in on the phone screen. Presto. Take it. It's just a picture on the screen. Alright then, you take it. Just reach in and grab it. Okay. Charlie reaches into the phone screen and pulls out the real bar. Wow, it's real. Taste it, it's delicious. It's the same bar, just gotten smaller. Charlie breaks the bar in two and gives half to Dennis. They each take a bite. Wowie zowie. I know, it's an absolute miracle. Yeah, just imagine you're scrolling through your feed, then suddenly you come across an ad that says Vanellope Sweets, the best candy bar you'll ever have. Don't believe us? Try one for yourself. Then you just simply reach to your screen and take one. How about that? This could change the advertising industry forever. Then Looney whispers in Bart's ear. You know, Bart, that could be used as a teleporter. This time, Lotta sees this and gestures her hand for Bart to stop, but... You know, you've already tested it out on chocolate, but could you use it in other things like breakfast cereal or soda? I could. But what about a person? A person? But why would I send a person through there unless it's for Hannibal Lecter's carrying class? Don't you realize what they got there? It's a teleporter, the most important invention in the history of the world. You could have sent it to the government to transport soldiers to war or instantly explore other planets, but what do you use it for? Advertising chocolate. But I think Vanellope knows what she's talking about. No, she doesn't, Lise. She has no idea. Now I'm gonna show her. He darts toward the base in front of the camera and is quick to grab a button. Ha! Eat my shorts, suckers! He presses a button just as Lisa jumps in to try to push Bart. Bart, don't! But it's too late. A bright flash of light causes them to disappear into thin air. Bart, Lisa, where are they? Let's just check my phone to see. The remaining guests look at the phone, but see nothing. What's taking so long? Hopefully no part of them gets left behind, or they can join into some Jeff Goldblum-esque hybrid of the tune. What exactly do you mean? You know that really old movie where he invents a teleport but a fly gets stuck in? No, the no part gets left behind part. Well, sometimes only half the chocolate pieces come through. It happened just last week. Well, if that's the case, let's hope it's the top half. Wait, I think I'm getting something. Slowly on the phone screen, Bart and Lisa appear, but as midgets. Ah, thank goodness. Talk to me, guys. Are you alright? Am I alright? I just got sent through the internet. Of course I'm alright. I'm so glad you decided to join me, Lise. Join you? I was trying to save you, you dolt. Now look at us. Relax, we'll just come back the other way. Yeah, there's no other way. Sorry. Bart's happy face turns into an uncertain one. Lisa just gets madder. I am going to kill you for this, Bart. Marge scratched a tiny Lisa from the phone screen. Relax, Lisa. At least you're completely unharmed. You call this unharmed? Bart, I am so tossing that television set and all your video games out the window the minute you get home. Do you hear me? I'm gonna teach you a lesson you won't forget, you stupid, self-centered piece of... Suddenly, Marge stuffs Lisa into her purse, which gets filled with tiny yells and tiny kicks. Jeez, Lisa, I said relax. It's not the end of the world. Wait until the kids back home see me like this. Nelson's gonna have the biggest surprise of his life when he sees me crawl into his pants leg. Marge scratched phone out of the phone screen. They're not gonna see you as a midget, Bart. They're gonna get you back to normal. But how? Pinky Clone 1 jumps from the camera, speaking at breakneck speed. Well, it's quite simple, actually. We'll just stretch them really tall with this super tiny taffy puller. They'll come out super thin, maybe even taller than before, but don't worry. We'll just have to fan them back out by giving each of them a triple dose of super vitamin chocolate. The other guests and Vanellope stare awkwardly as the Pinky Clone, as she's still speaking quickly. Which, might I add, has huge amounts of vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, basically all the vitamins of the alphabet. Well, except for vitamin S, which makes you super sick, and vitamin H, which makes you grow huge horns at the top of your head. Like, you know that super creepy miniature that made Flosseye super assertive? Yeah, those kinds of horns. It also contains a super rare, super special vitamin called, Pinky? Whispers into the other Pinky Clones here. Or, we could just put them in the same growing rate we use on the chocolate. I really wanted to test that super vitamin chocolate, too. Maybe another day. But for now, take Marge and her, little kids over to the growing rate. Make them large again, okay? Okie dokie Loki, Vanellope. Grabs Marge's dress and takes her off screen. Gee, careful now, don't rip my dress. Lou looks at the other three families in the group re-entering the elevator, then turns around sinisterly. 2 down, 3 to go. I gotta get away with the others quick. Come on, Lucas, there's so much more factory to see. Oh, right. Runs over to the elevator. Part 23. Everyone stretches in their seats as the LED list of rooms appears in the middle. Alright, since Bart already chose the last room, that just leaves the others to make the remaining 4 choices. Who's next? There's so many good choices. No wonder this place is so huge. Audrey then sees a name, Fizzy Lifting Drinks. Wow, this looks exciting. Hope somebody chooses this. Here you go, presses on the name. Next up, Fizzy Lifting Drinks. They feel the elevator go down a bit and then stop. Ooh, good choice, Lotta. You're gonna love this. The doors then open, revealing a large room filled with bubbles. On various shelves are numerous containers shaped like soda bottles. Wow, so many bubbles. What's it doing, Vanellope? It's making fizzy lifting drinks. It fills you up with gas, and it's so powerful that it lifts you up into the air and turns you into a balloon. Dot then sees a green bubble where the fizzy bubbles are flowing down. V whispers off screen. Oh, they're both ready? We'll bring them down to the fizzy lifting drinks room. We're just about to leave. Dot turns to the fizzy bubble. Yeah, that's pretty much the same thing, except instead of having the gas build up inside you, it goes down, and that's what launches you into the air. Oh wow, that sounds wonderful. I gotta try this. I'm afraid not, Audrey. It's still too powerful. Come on, V, just a taste? Absolutely not. We'd be here for hours. Come along now. Vanellope heads back toward the elevator. The guests are about to follow her, but Lou stops dead behind them. Man, that excitement's got me thirsty. Let's take a quick drink. Maybe we could have a quick fly around the room. Yeah, it's okay. I can turn into a bat. Turn to a bat. See? Yeah, but don't you want to experience feeling all that gas inside you? Just then, Charlotte turns around and sees Lou trying to tempt Dennis. Dennis turns back human. Nah, Winnie and I already got some fizzy soda back home. Come on, it'll be fun. Hey, what's going on, Charlotte? She's Lou. Wait a minute. I see what you're trying to do here, Lucas. What? What do you mean? You're trying to get rid of poor Dennis like you tried to get rid of me, aren't you? No? Just then, Penny and her 2 parents come into the room all cleaned up. He's the one who convinced you to try to get that squirrel. Also, Bartley's and Marge come in from another door. And he got me sent through the internet. And got us both shrunken. Now, fellas, let's not get things carried away. Don't you realize they could have gotten hurt? Why are you trying to get rid of us, Lucas? Because I didn't want you to interfere with my plan to get rid of Vanellope and take over this whole business, okay? Realizing what he just said, he covers his mouth. The guest gasps at Lou's remark. What did you just say? When Lou takes a hand off his mouth, some of the blue paint comes off his face. Des sees the blue smears. Wait a minute! He takes a bottle and splashes the wicked onto Lou's face. Lou covers his eyes. Ah, it's in my eyes! My eyes! The guest watches as the rest of the paint drips off his face and onto the floor. His wig also falls off his head. Breathing heavily, he takes his hands off his face, revealing his natural peach skin and yellow hair, revealing his true identity to everyone. Lou? Oh, I get it now. You tried to get into the factory with that fake golden ticket, but when the world found out, you ran away before you got caught. Then you disguised yourself as Charlotte's distant relative so you could successfully get in, get rid of us, and take over the business. I gotta admit, that was a pretty clever plan. Yes, and I would've got away with it too, but two manly kids kept coming back. Time for plan B. Lou takes the empty bottle, smashes it, and holds it up to Charlotte's face. Everyone step back, or the stupid little girl who brought me here gets it. Lou, please don't do this. It's me you want. Just let her go and I'll do whatever you want. Lou opens the elevator doors. Alright, just step into the elevator and she won't get hurt. Vanellope slowly walks towards the elevator. Vanellope, don't do this. I'll be fine. Just don't let him win. I don't want to risk seeing you get hurt, Charlotte. I'm sorry. She walks into the elevator, then looks at Lou as the LED list of rooms pops up. Lou walks in behind her, still holding Charlotte. Psych! He presses a random room on the list. But she said you'd let her go. I only said she wouldn't get hurt. Now sit back, we're going for a little ride. As the elevator doors start to close, Mavis turns to her back and tries to fly through the doors, but they shot in front of her. She sees the elevator speed away. Mavis turns to the human. Charlotte, no. The other guests go up to Mavis at the door. Part 24. Inside the speeding elevator, Lou watches Vanellope and Charlotte as they sit in their belted seats. I have you both exactly where I want. Vanellope, take us to your office so we can make my election as candy maker official. But why are you doing this? Why? Better question, why not? I got my mayor title taken away from me. Now I get to run the biggest business in the multiverse, and who knows? Maybe I can rule the multiverse itself. Once I become powerful enough, there is no one who wouldn't bow before me. But you can't. And why not? Because nobody wants you to be ruler. Oh, boo frickety who. But guess what? That's how politics work, isn't it? They appoint the wrong people to make the wrong mistakes until the country burns and crumbles. If I can't rule the world, no one will. And there's nothing you can do about it, Charlotte. And you know why? I don't know. Because you're nothing more than a slimy blue girl who's so incredibly stupid that she'll be best friends with a dictatorial psychopath. Because you are nothing. At this, Vanellope glitzes out of her seat and pushes Lou onto the floor. No, she isn't. You are. Lou growls at Vanellope, and they have a struggle around the elevator. Meanwhile, the remaining factory guests scramble around the fizzy lifting drink room. If only someone had the ability to just track them all. Wait, hold on. His eyes glow red, then the camera zooms out to show the entire factory before it zooms into the moving elevator where Vanellope and Lou are still fighting. They're over there, come on! He turns to her back and speeds out of the room. Hold on, I'm coming, Fall stands out. Watson takes a fizzy ball and drinks it. Wait, Vanellope said not to drink it. Bart stops drinking. Huh, don't feel anything. Doesn't notice he's starting to float. I don't get why she hypes it so... Looks down. What? Bart, get down from there. I can't. We gotta follow them and get Charlotte and Vanellope. Tries to swim, but it's too slow. Crap, I need some speed. Here, take this. She gives him a spray soda bottle. Oh, thanks. He activates the bottle and launches out of the room. You heard Bart, let's get him. Drinks from the downward facing bottle, stomach gurgles. Oh, I feel so strange, almost like I'm gonna... At one loud squeaky toot, Audrey launches into the air. Whoa, pardon me. Another loud toot launches Audrey out of the room. The others then rush toward the shelf of bottles. Charlotte and Mars stay by the elevator doors. Why don't we just wait for the elevator? Yeah, good idea. Back in the elevator, Luke gets passed into the side of the elevator by Vanellope. He tries striking back, but Vanellope just glitzes around the elevator. Ha! Missed me! Suddenly, Luke grabs Penelope and pushes her onto the glass floor, causing a little crack. The elevator starts flashing red. Caution: significant damage to the elevator. We will now stop at the nearest room until it is repaired. Luke keeps pushing Penelope onto the floor, causing it to crack more. Charlotte tries to break free from the seatbelt. I won't be beaten again, Penelope. Once I'm finished with you, this factory will have a new owner. That's what you think. Immediately the elevator stops, the doors open, and Charlotte's seatbelt retracts, giving her time to jump at Luke, pushing him out of the elevator. Now look what you've done, Charlotte. Now Penelope's still alive, and we're stuck in this. Luke gets up and sees the room they landed in. Surrounding the area are rows and rows of pipes sticking out of the ground and bent over at the top. Pinky clones are catching sugar-like crystals from the pipes and putting them into boxes. Ugh, what is this? That is body powder. Behind Penelope, two Pinky clones enter the elevator, each with a special spray to fix the elevator floor. And what's that door over there? He points to a small, submarine-like door with the words "Secret Keep Out" printed on it. That door leads to the machine that makes the powder. I go down there myself twice a day to feed it. Just myself and nobody else. And what does this body powder do? You just sprinkle it onto your breakfast like sugar. Then once you eat it, you start to swirl bright red spots all over your skin. But why? What kind of moron would want spots on his face in the morning? Children who want to skip school for the day. Their parents would then look at your spots, thinking you have chickenpox, and let you stay home. Don't worry, it'll disappear like lunchtime. What? You want kids to skip school every day? Nah, just a real rotten days. If you do it too often, you might end up at the doctor's office or worse. Lou looks around. No. He swings the crowbar at Penelope, but her glitch causes the crowbar to pass right through her. I can't let you do this. I can't let you sell this rubbish to the children. It's criminal. It will ruin the entire education system, and the children aren't going to learn anything. As Luke continues to berate Penelope, Charles steps back and notices an exit sign on the door. Children are meant for work, not play. They're meant to be perfect, not tardy. This is why I have to take over this factory, because all the stuff you show me is pointless. I mean, plans made out of candy, marshmallow pillows, fizzy leptin drinks, and all sugar that encourages children to be lazy? Let me tell you something, Penelope. All work and no play has made me what I am today, and I'm gonna use this business to save the next generation in my image. But first, he turns to the door and marks Secret Keep Out. I'm gonna put a stop to this nonsense. With the crowbar in hand, Luke darts to the door and slowly turns the large lock. Don't go in there, Lou. It's terribly secret and the machine is really sensitive. You never know what the stuff's gonna do to you. Lou closes and locks the door. He goes downstairs to find a large machine in a large white room. He then takes the crowbar and hacks it into his side, causing a gust of white powder to blow into his face as he lifts his arm over his face. Back upstairs, a horn blows over Penelope and the Pinky clones working at the pipes. Everyone get out of here! Most of the Pinky clones exit, but one turns around. But Penelope, what about you? Just go, I'll be fine. And come back with some black licorice rope. I got Lou where I want him. Back in the white room, Lou wipes sweat off his face. Phew, a job well done, Lou. A job well done. Suddenly he looks at his hand, which start to form large red spots all over. He takes off his hoodie to reveal his undershirt. The spots spread all over his arms. He sees the machine is starting to spew more power all over it, so he starts to run. Boom! Behind him, the machine explodes into a burst of white powder. As Lou runs back up the stairs, the powder follows him like a jaguar. He gets to the door and tries to unlock it, but he can't. As at the other side of the door, Penelope turns the large lock to keep Lou inside. Lou looks back to see the power about to engulf him. Banging on the door, Hey! Get me out of here! The powder starts to blow over him like a wave of water. Penelope finishes his turn to lock as she hears banging from the other side. Lou muffled from the other side of the door. Please help me! I'll be good! I'll leave this place! Penelope stands back as she hears the banging and yelling start to die down. Then at the window at the top of the door, a red spotted hand plants on the other side, then slowly slides down. Penelope then runs to a button on the wall, creating a hissing sound in the other room that vents the powder away. Penelope then turns to see Mavis and Dennis fly into the room, then turn back into humans. Are you alright, Penelope? I'm fine now, but where are the others? They see the Harvey girls, Bart, Lisa, and Jonathan flow into the room, having drunk fizzy lifting drinks. Oh, hi V. We might have slipped a little of the fizzy lifting drinks to get over here. No worries, at least I know you guys are safe. Audrey's stomach gurgles. Ooh, I think I'm starting to lose some flying juice. A small tool causes Audrey to float down back onto the ground. Ugh, we can't get back down. How are we gonna... Lara suddenly burps and floats back down. Huh, that was easy. After a bunch of belches, the others then float down. The elevator doors then open to reveal a fixed elevator, where Marge, Charlene, and the Pearsons rush over to Vanellope. Where is this place? Oh, it's just some crummy old idea I've been meaning to get rid of for quite some time. Luckily, Lou was able to help me destroy that rackety machine downstairs. Suddenly, they hear muffled, drunk-like laughter from inside the secret door. Is that him in there? Oh yeah, runs to the door. You might want to stand back. She unlocks and opens the door to a hiss of air. The guests look down to see Lou, all covered in red spots, and in a fit of laughter. He slowly gets up. Well, that stuff is good. Where can I get some more? You know, I think you've had enough. I'll tell you when I've had enough. Noticing the boxes on the corner, Lou dashes over and tries to open one to no avail. No, must have more. Two pinky clothes come in, holding a bunch of black licorice rope. Mavis and Dennis use the levitation powers to tie the licorice over Lou, who just falls on the floor in a fit of laughter. Take this little boy over to the police. Maybe he'll be recuperated in both physical and mental state. I'll get you for this, Penelope, and your stupid cats too. He keeps laughing as the pinky clones haul him out of the room. V turns toward the guests. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, looks like I owe you one. Thanks to you all, the factory is safe and sound once again. Yeah, we thought we'd worse back in Harvey Street. Now then, shall we resume the tour? We got so much time and so little to do. Wait, strike that, reverse it? Yeah, well, since Bart and Lara already chose the last two rooms, that just leaves Dennis, Penny, and She stops when she notices Charlotte isn't in the room. Wait, where's Charlotte? Part 25. Cut back to the entry room. Title card. Chapter 4. All the Friends in the World. Charlotte walks through the curtain, looking sad. Suddenly, she hears an elevator ding as a secret door opens to reveal Vanellope and the remaining guests in the glass elevator. They rush over to Charlotte as Mavis embraces her. Charlotte! Oh, thank goodness you're alright. Don't you realize you got gotten lost? You were worried sick about you. Yeah, this is a huge factory after all. Well, now that we're all here, we can all finish the tour. She turns toward the elevator, but then stops when she hears Charlotte slowly break down crying. Charlotte? What's the matter, honey? I can't go. I shouldn't go. I know you guys are mad at me for bringing that tyrant along and destroying this whole tour. I know you don't want to be friends with a dumb, stupid blue girl like me. I know I don't deserve to continue this tour with you, so I'll just go home and not ruin your day anymore. Goodbye. She's about to leave when... Nobody's mad at you, Charlotte. Charlotte, in tears, turns toward Dennis. It's not your fault you brought Lou in without recognizing him. That disguise could have fooled us. Besides, we got him, and that's all that matters. Plus, if he didn't turn around that fizzy room, then we wouldn't have realized it was him. Charlotte still breathes heavily, still in tears. Hey, remember all the fun we've had today? The chocolate room, the candy cars, the elevator ride? Yeah. Besides, you already made new friends today. Really? Yeah, you're looking at them right now. Charlotte then softly smiles at her new friends. So what do you say? Want to finish the candy tour with us? Charlotte hesitates, wipes her tears, and hugs Dennis. The Harvey girls, Penny, Bart, and Lisa join in. Ah, come on, guys, group hug. He and Mavis join in, as do Charlene, Marge, and Penny's parents. So, Charlotte, you haven't had your turn at the elevator. Where to next? Cut to our mine deep underground, surrounded by pieces of rock candy engraved in the walls. A couple pinky clones are digging out the rock candy as a large mine car rushes by them. In the cart, Vanellope and Charlotte are in front while the rest of the guests right behind them. This mine was formed so that the rock candy crystallizes within these walls. After it is ready, mine workers dig it up, dust it up, and get ready for shipping. Wow, this is so stunning. Yeah, it's almost like a colorful light show. You really chose a pretty room, Charlotte. Thanks, Dot. I agree with Dot. I'm really proud of this one. It makes me excited for what Penny's gonna choose. I think I may have an idea. Cut to a shot of the ceiling in another room where dispensers blow powdered sugar to the ground. Tilt down to reveal a massive mountain made of fudge, covered in tons of powdered sugar. Pinky clones are hacking pieces of fudge out the sides of the mountain, letting them fall into large wagons below. On the other side of the mountain, where the pinky clones aren't working, we see a guest picking up and eating pieces of fudge they can find. Des sits on the ground, pats his somewhat bloated belly. Oh wow, my tummy's gotten big. Yeah, you really like all that candy, don't you, Dennis? Pokes his Benny. Hey, Charlotte, stop it. Wow, Charlotte really likes her son, huh? Huh, I guess so. Gets hit by a sugar ball. Oh, hey! Audrey's holding a bunch of balls made of powdered sugar. Hey, Mavis, think fast! She tosses another ball, but it flies back at her. Mavis uses her levitation to make another ball. Thanks for the advice, Audrey. Lying near the bottom of the mountain. Hey, you guys want to see a real snowball? Kneels down to grab a bunch of powdered sugar. Wait, Lara, don't grab down there. You're gonna... Lara lifts a ton of powdered sugar and forms it into a large snowball. I'm gonna what? Make this huge snowball? Suddenly, the ground shakes. Then the whole group gets covered in a small avalanche of powdered sugar. Cause a little avalanche. The whole group stares at Lara before they quickly laugh it off. Later, the elevator doors open as Vanellope shakes some powdered sugar off her and the 14 guests get to their seats. Well, that was a lot of fun. So it seems like Bart shows from here, then Lara, then Charlotte, and Penny. That means you get to choose the last room, Dennis, pats his head. So, where do you want us to go, honey? Dennis scrolls through the names on the LED display. Ooh, this looks interesting. He presses on the name on the middle of the list. Inventing Room. Part 26. Cut to a vast room surrounded by various machines, pipes, and pots, with pinky clones working throughout it. In one end of the room, elevator doors open as Vanellope leads the guests in. This is where all the magic happens, as the old saying goes. Is this where you come up with all the stuff? Right you are, Lisa. Now some of this stuff is still work in progress, so feel free to explore, but try not to touch anything, okay? She leads his guests to split up and explore all around. Wow, not even the school rap has this much stuff going on at once. Well, this is a large chocolate factory. Surprised this isn't any more cluttered. Charlotte looks around, walking a bit backwards. She accidentally bumps into Dennis. Oh, sorry, Dennis. It's okay, Charlotte. Isn't this place amazing? Yeah, I don't even know where to start. You know, maybe you could find something for that little show and tell thing at the festival tomorrow. Oh, right. Forgot there was a show and tell competition. That's alright, I'm sure you'll find something. Yeah. Vanellope turns the knob on a tiny gumball-like machine which dispenses a colorful jawbreaker. Whoa, a jawbreaker? Not just any jawbreaker. Never-lasting gobstopper. Perfect for children for little allowance money. You can suck on it all day, all week, all year, and it'll never get any smaller. In fact, they're practically invincible. She places a gobstopper on the table and walks off. The guests watch a pinky clone come in with a wooden hammer and try to smash it. The gobstopper ends up making a large crack on the hammer. See? Wow, what a bonkers that thing is. Bart finds a piece of candy on the table and eats it. Yeah, I bet most of these other candy companies are really jealous at even a tenth of what she's... Suddenly, an explosion in Bart's mouth knocks him back into some pants. Told you not to, Bart. That's exploding candy for your enemies. You're just lucky it's still weak. Point taken, V. Puts another piece in his pocket. I bet Nelson's gonna get a kick out of this. Paul Peterson knows his 2 barrels. Butterscotch? Butter gin? What's that all about? Candy is dandy, but liquor is quicker. My pinky clones all adore it. Makes them tipsy and carefree. They had a butterscotch and soda party just last Friday. Cut to a flashback in the party room where pinky clones are passed out on the floor on the tables and on chairs. One pinky clone, all bloated, tries to reach a bottle of soda to no avail. Back in the present, Vanellope pours purplish goo from a pot onto a cookie sheet. And this is hair toffee. Just eat a handful of this, and in a bit, a brand new copper hair will start growing at the top of your head, complete with a mustache and beard. Pfft, who wants a beard? Easy for you to say, Audrey. There's tons of folks out there who'd kill for a beard. Though the mixture isn't quite right yet. Used to see that pinky clone that tried it the other day. Cut to another room where a pinky clone is lying on the floor with a large mane and tail. Another pinky is cutting her mane while a third snuggles her tail. Back in the eventing room. But when I do get this right, there'll be no more children going about with bald heads. Star stands by a huge white tarp covering something huge. But children don't even go about with bald. Accidentally pushes a button under the tarp which beeps. Oops. Suddenly, whatever's under that tarp starts to make noise and shake. Penelope turns and runs towards it. Oh, yeah, this thing. Well, might as well show you what's under there. She pulls down a huge tarp, revealing a gigantic machine towering above everyone. At the top are dozens of glass tubes spewing different colored running stuff into a large tub which mixes and froths it up. Soon, the mixer just shut down into the tub and into the machine below. After several seconds of rumbling, the machine dings, and right by Penelope, a tiny drawer pops out with a gray strip inside. Huh. All that enormous build-up leading to that tiny thingamajig. Looks like a piece of gum. Not just any gum, the most amazing piece of gum ever. At least, it was supposed to be. What do you mean by that? It was supposed to be a chewing gum meal of sorts. A whole 3-course dinner all by itself. It was going to be the end of kitchens and cooking. The end of shopping and groceries and messing aprons and getting your fingers chopped up when you aren't looking. That does sound rather convenient. Just one strip of this magic gum was all you'd need for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This one's tomato soup, roast beef, and blueberry pie, but I was going to experiment with other foods. Was? Why'd you give up on it and put the top on the thing? It sounds terrific. Because I can never get this one right. It always goes wonky when it comes to the dessert. It keeps turning any pinky clone that tries it into sort of a blueberry herself. Des looks as if something piques his interest. A blueberry? Yeah, I tried it a few times, and each time the skins turn a shade of blue, and their bodies blow up with juice until they become giant blue balls with their hooves and heads sticking out. As Penelope explains the blueberry situation, Des looks at his arms, then feels his belly, kinda smiling a bit. He then looks at Charlotte, then his own arm. Now, it's not harmful or exploring or anything, but it's still a little weird. She suddenly hears Dennis giggling softly. What's so funny, Dennis? It actually sounds fun. I'm sorry? I want to know what it's like to be a blueberry. Are you sure, sweetie? She did say it'll feel weird. Yeah, I bet it'll be funny having all that juice inside me. I think you'd look cute as a blueberry. Really? Yeah, blue like me, big and round, it kinda suits you. Aw, Charlotte, so can I have the gum, please? Well, alright, but are you really sure you want to do this? Yeah! He quickly takes the gum out of the slot and pops it into his mouth. He starts chewing and savoring the flavor. Oh my gosh. What is it? V's right, it's tomato soup and roast beef. It's like I'm tasting the real thing. Now, just to warn you, if you're unsure about this, there's still time to spare out before the... Of course I'm sure, Penelope. Wait, here comes the dessert. Blueberry pie is so tasty. Whoa, what's happening to his face? As Dennis keeps on chewing, he doesn't notice his face changing color. She's right, your face is turning blue. Dennis twists his sides to try to see his blue face. Are you sure? Wow, your whole face has turned a darker shade of blue. Pokes his nose. Dennis giggles a bit and rubs his nose, noticing his arm is changing color as well. Ooh, that means it's happening. The crowd watches as the blue spreads throughout his skin. He breathes in to prepare himself for the inevitable. Here goes nothing. He watches as his already sticking up belly starts to gurgle and expand. Oh, wow. Are you feeling okay, honey? Yeah, Mom, this feels really cool. Charlotte blushes red and smiles bashfully. Oh, my. Are you seeing this, Charlotte? His cheeks puff up. Uh-huh. They watch as his slim sinks into his body, which rounds out to the height of the adults. Ay, caramba. Mavis goes up to him. Oh my goodness gracious, sweetie, you're about as tall as I am. Mm-hmm. Honestly, you look even cuter as a blueberry than I could have imagined, hugs him. Aw, thanks, Charlotte. You feel so soft and squishy, pokes his belly a bit. Stop it, Charlotte, I'm gonna... He accidentally spits out some juice on Charlotte's dress, leaving his cheeks to get normal. Sorry. It's okay, Dennis. You know, you'd look like you'd win a prize at a county fair or something. No offense. Not taken, Penny. Wait a minute. That's it. That's what? The thing for the festival. The show and tell competition. Wait, you want to put me in a festival? Yeah, if you want to. If your parents and Penelope are okay with it. Well, I don't see why not. Hey V, can I stay like this? Can I go to the festival as an adorable little blueberry? Please? Okay, but afterwards it's off to the juicing room. Yay! But if we're gonna put him in the competition tomorrow, we gotta get him prepped up. She snaps her fingers, and two pinky clones pop in front of her. Pinky clone number 630 and Pinky clone number 715 reporting for duty. Duty? Could you roll this round boy over the berry room so he'll be comfortable for the night? Okie dokie Loki, Vanellope. Now, you might feel a little dizzy, but you'll be fine, okay? Okay, guys, I'm ready. One of the clones holds his body, then pushes him, causing him to roll over to the other clone. Wow, wee! The other clone then rolls him back to the first clone. Wee, this is fun! Man, you're a bit heavier than the last one. The two clones come together and start to roll him towards the hallway, with Vanellope and the 13 other guests following. Part 27. The next day, the Clanburg Reopening Festival is underway at the newly repaired carnival. The Ferris wheel is spinning and the people are happier than ever before. Maggie eating a thing of cotton candy. I've never been this happy in a long time. This place is so much fun again. I concur, Maggie. This fair truly is something to behold, and we all know whom's to thanks for this glamorous time. Speaking of which, where is Charlotte? Mayor Amy on the microphone. Alright everyone, let's call for submissions for the Clanburg Show and Tell competition in 10 minutes. Oh yeah, I gotta prepare my submission. Alright, see us now in the tent. Later, outside a large tent with the sign Clanburg Show and Tell competition, Vanellope and two Pinky clones are handing out chocolate bars to civilians entering the tent. And don't forget to try the ice cream. It never melts even in the hottest sun. Enjoy the show, guys! Soon, Twilight Sparkle and the rest of the main 7 approach Vanellope. So, you finally decided to come out of hiding after all these months. Yeah, I figured since I sent everything to my guests and afterwards spread to the Giants live stream, it would be the perfect time to finally show my face. I see. I told you it would be worth having you guys as co-financiers. That gold ticket thing was the single best marketing ever. My chocolate is more popular than ever. Single best, Vanellope? Now that's hyperbole if I ever heard it. Backstage in the tent, the Harpy girls, Penny with her parents, Marge, Bart, Lisa, Charlie, and Mavis are waiting as Jonathan feeds his roundly blue son with a hose of blueberry juice before pulling the hose out. Man, that was so good. V said it'll keep you ripe and round. Pan over to see Winnie Werewolf. There's a Zing snuggling his side. Wow, you're so big and squishy, Zing Zing. I know. They turn to see Charlotte sitting on a chair, looking a bit nervous. Charlotte, are they okay? Yeah, just a little nervous. Why they don't like the surprise? Hey, even if you don't win the big prize, you got us. Thanks, guys. You really are some of the best friends ever. Yeah, we'll try our best. Audrey looks through the curtain. Hey, Marvin's pretty much done with his presentation. On the stage, Marvin is presenting a banana to a crowd of people. Mr. Milk and Mrs. Minty are sitting on the desk in front of the crowd, serving as judges of the competition. And that's how this banana saved my life. Scattered clapping comes from the crowd. Well, thank you, Marvin. That was really something. A close-up on the crowd shows a curly-haired gray pony, Film Brony, along with the main 7. Wow, that was pretty mediocre. Rocket Mail saying on his left. Hey, cut them some slack. They're just healing from today's shenanigans. Film Brony sees Charlotte coming through the curtain. Well, here comes Charlotte with the last one. Can't be as bad as that kid who just showed a toaster. Here, Pinky, have this extra soda I accidentally got. Holds a soda bottle. Ooh! Takes the bottle and starts drinking from it. Hey, everybody. So, yesterday I went to this chocolate factory and saw all this cool candy. It was really pretty and tasty, but I found something I know you'll especially like. Alright, Charlotte, what is it? Behold. At Charlotte's cue, Mavis and Johnny come out of the curtain, rolling Dennis over to Charlotte. Both judges are impressed. Oh my. Cut to Pinky still sipping from a soda bottle. When she opens her eyes and sees Dennis, she spits out her drink in surprise. Pan over to the drenched Film Brony. Should have seen this coming. This is Dennis, my best friend. Dennis tries to wave. Hi! Isn't he adorable? He took his glitchy gun to turn into this huge blueberry, and he's a good friend too. We held hands on the boat. Yeah, to Winnie by him. No hard feelings, why, Winnie? Not at all, Zing Zang. But he's not the only friend I made that day. Here are his parents, Mavis and Johnny. Hi, everyone. Sup? The camera pans over, showing the rest of Charlotte's new friends. There's also the Harvey Street girls, Laura, Audrey, and Dot. Hello. Penny Pearson and her parents. Penny smiles and waves. Bart, Lisa, and Marge Simpson. Hi, everybody. And last but not least, the candy maker herself, Vanellope. Vanellope uses her gliss to suddenly appear next to Charlotte. Hi, everybody. And if you like the candy I showed here, feel free to buy some from Charlene's Candy and All-Paws shop. Charlene with a pink cone next to her. Vanellope's workers are also very helpful to us. So yeah, those are the friends I made yesterday. Vendetta may be gone, but they'll always have a place in my heart. The judges, Mr. Milk and Miss Minty, are speechless. Then the crowd starts to cheer for Charlotte. Dennis tries to nudge Charlotte. See? Told you we'd love us. Yeah, you're right. Well, looks like we got a winner by default. That's right, Mr. Milk. Grudge, the ribbon? Grudge goes onto the stage and gives Charlotte a blue ribbon with a number 1 on it. Wow, I can't believe we won, guys. No, Charlotte, you won. She hugs Charlotte, who softly smiles. Backstage, the main 7 and their friends come in to see Charlotte and her friends. Fluttershy sees Dennis. Aw, he's so cute. He hugs him. Dennis blushes as Fluttershy squishes his blue cheeks. Aw, Fluttershy. So, Charlotte, is it? Yeah? We want to congratulate you for winning that contest, but there's another reason why we came here. It's appreciating your courage. My courage? Of course, darling. We've met plenty of brave ponies in our lifetimes, but a little girl like you going up against that ruffian Vendetta is really something. Oh, Vendetta? She's just my best. Yeah, she's in custody now, so you don't have to worry about her anymore. Pinky's right, Charlotte, and it takes a lot of courage and a strong heart to help everyone in this poor town at a time of crisis. You really deserve that recognition. Really? Most definitely. You have our respect, Charlotte. Just then, Marvin comes backstage, holding something behind his back. Hey, Charlotte? Oh, hi, Marvin. I, made this for you just in case you lost the contest, but... He pulls out a gold-colored ribbon with the words, "Thanks to Charlotte." Oh, wow, Marvin, that's so generous. Yeah, I know. Charlotte blows out a blue ribbon. Well, since I got this gold ribbon from Marvin, you can have the blue one, Dennis. Gives it to Mavis. Wow, really? Yeah, you were technically the star of my show, and you made those last couple days even better for me. Aw, Charlotte. He tries to move. Oh, I really wish I could hug you, but... Yeah, we should probably get him back to the factory to get him back to normal. Part 28. Back at Vanellope's factory, Pinky Clone pops out of a door. Alright, V, he's all better. She bounces out of the way, leaving room for a de-juiced but blue and dizzy Dennis to walk out towards his parents, Winnie, Charlotte, and Vanellope. Oh man, that was really something. The blue coloring should wear off in an hour or so, and you'll be back to normal before you know it. Dennis is about to lose his balance, but Charlotte helps him stay on his feet. Thanks. You're welcome, Dennis. And, hey, before I go, can I tell you something? Sure, what? You're my second best friend in the whole world. Aw, thanks, Charlotte. You're my second best friend, too. The two of them hug with Winnie joining in. I really hope we can see each other again. Who says you can't? Our hotel's always open in Transylvania. You and your grandma can always visit any time and play with the kids. Well, we should get going now, but we'll see you later, Charlotte. Right, bye, guys. Bye, Charlotte. The Transylvania friends leave as Charlotte waves back. You know, Charlotte, you're very lucky to have so many friends. Yeah, I know, but I wish Vendetta was here to meet them. She's my first best friend, and she'd want to meet them too. I bet she'd have so much fun together. Zoom into V, who's suddenly unnerved by Charlotte's remark. Hey, yeah, fun. Cut to black. Epilogue. Pre-credit scene. On a black screen, we hear something rustling in the sack. Hey, let me out of this bag. I ought to be feared and respected. Cut to a close-up of the sack being pulled up, revealing Vendetta, who's kind of dizzy but gets back to her senses when she sees a mysterious figure overlooking the city. What's the meaning of this? Oh, I heard about everything you've done in that little town of Clamberg. The way you created those creatures to swarm the city and make everyone fear you. Yeah, until that blue girl Charlotte came in and ruined everything. He turns around to walk toward Vendetta. You know, funny thing. I'm something of an evil creature maker myself. His face comes to the light, revealing himself as Mojo Jojo. Who the heck are you? The name's Mojo Jojo. I was thinking maybe we'd team up. With me on your side, you can reclaim your town with an iron fist. I don't care about the stupid people in Clanburg. I just want to get back at Shire for ruining my life. Oh, you want to get revenge on that stupid blue girl? I suppose I can help with that. Vendetta eyebrow raised. What's the catch? Oh, no catch at all. Just a promise. No matter what happens, together and I will always be making fiends. Zooming on Vendetta, who's sinister and pondering about Mojo's deal. Cut to a title card. Vendetta will return. Post-credit scene. Cut to the hall of the jail, where we faintly hear familiar laughter. Pan to inside one of the cells, where Cloak Lou, with faded red spots on his face, sits by the wall, softly and maniacally chuckling to himself. Cut to black.